Hello, everyone, and welcome to session 2 of our campaign. As a recap to what happened last session, our 5 party members here found themselves in a very strange circumstance after falling to sleep one fateful night. In a land where nothing seemed to make sense. Things were almost inside of each other when they shouldn't have been. There were like houses sticking out of houses. It was a very strange land for all of them to be in. With a looming crooked tower sort of in the distance. As the party approached that tower, they met up with some very strange creatures, one of which took hostile actions against them. After dispatching the creature, two more appeared, and it turned out that the tower was not necessarily a building, but a creature itself of completely mind-boggling proportions. So, after that, and a strange interaction between the taller of the two small figures, the party found themselves on a boat to Eldenweave, where they feel a sort of pulling sensation towards the east of where the great tree lies. And we will start with everyone pulling into the dock, into Eldenweave. It's a, Eldenweave is a capital city, so it's a moderately, I have to turn the map. That's right. I have a map for this. Well, kind of. It's just a closer view. But Eldenweave is a capital city of Burgosia, so it's going to be on a little more on the larger side of things, but in total, or overall, Eldenweave is the smallest capital. It's more of like a... If you want to compare, like, one of the other capitals, the desert capital of Mazduro's Ruby, that's like New York, where this is like Trenton, I guess, if that makes more sense.
Okay.
Guys, we're gonna get mugged.
Yeah.
Well, no, not in like, you know.
We're gonna mug people.
You might. I don't know. Yes. Here's a close-up
low key
on the
was
region
out of pocket.
that I took from
Was
the
it?
map. It was.
It may have been out of pocket, but was it out of character? Stay
I
tuned.
don't know.
Stay tuned.
They came from the DM. Nothing.
Okay. Oh. Let me get this.
Oh, so this is actually a cluster of islands.
No, those
Oh,
it's
those are
really
mountains.
dense
I'm just-
forest.
I'm just blind.
Separated by
Those are mountains.
Mountains.
and
Yeah.
water.
Yeah. Really dense forest. Most of Eldenweave is, so. Yeah, that's about where you all are right now.
Cool.
Is it coming through?
Hey, there we
There
go.
it
Oh,
is.
tunes.
There we go. So, as you all pull into port, some more relieved than others to be on solid ground again.
A bit of a stumble off the boat.
Yeah. God, get me off of this. You see before you a moderately large town. The buildings here are very sort of rustic and homey kind of feeling. There's like a lot of like trees just kind of around the city as well. Like there isn't really too many industrialized areas. It's very much like connected to the land itself. And looking like past the city line, you can see just a massive forest of very, very big trees, much bigger than most of you would ever have seen, reaching hundreds of feet into the air.
Climate-wise, what are we feeling? Like hot,
Um,
cold.
Pretty
50s,
temperate,
60s.
if
Okay.
a little muggy.
Okay. So
Not
it's like
too
humid.
muggy. It's not. It's enough to notice, but it's not
Okay.
like you're swimming in air sort of humid.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's for somewhere else.
I'm a little chilly.
Is that too loud at all?
No.
Yeah, it's chill.
Perfect.
So taking off they're walking down the dock off of the ship. All the rest of the crew they were with is pulling off supplies and stuff and doing their own thing. What do you do?
What a lovely night that was on the boat, guys.
I feel very well rested. Maybe a little stronger at heart.
Yeah.
I have no idea what we are doing here.
We do actually have options now. We're no longer stuck on a boat.
It's
Or
true.
in like a dream world. So
I wish it was a
I
dream.
think we determined we're not dreaming.
no, I know, but I'm saying like yesterday when we were in that weird wasteland of stars, we're not there either. So
Yeah, but none
Just
of us
looking
are
at
where we want it
positives.
to be either. Just to rain on your parade a little bit.
I mean, okay. That was a little upsetting and sad.
I would say our circumstances are a bit upsetting and sad.
He gets it.
Oh, okay. Well, you guys can be sad, but I'm gonna try to be relieved and happy.
And while y'all are doing that, I'm going to try to find answers. We've been missing for roughly a year.
Yeah.
We need to find out why, if we were, or if not, what we're doing. Because we've at least been here for a month.
Does anybody have any ideas on where to start with that?
I was just gonna go to the library, as I tend to read books well.
Would you care if I joined you?
No. Probably need some extra arms to carry the books.
Do not rely on me for that. I am not very muscular.
I'll come along. I can carry some books for you.
Okay.
Should we have like a place that we'll meet later tonight so we can scatter then come back?
Probably.
No,
Like
let's
an inn or something.
Yeah.
Alright, what's the nearest inn?
Nearest in. We're trying to just find
Nearest
like,
inn.
That's not too expensive.
Yeah, I'll go like the harbor master.
Yep, walk up to them.
DM,
It's,
your finest,
very-
cheapest inn.
well
Going
tanned
to the
looking
drunken
man.
clam?
Ripped from all the lifting he does of the stuff daily.
Excuse me, sir. Where's the
I
closest
see better.
inn?
Closest in, what's your price range? It kind of varies a little bit.
Probably the cheaper side.
Cheaper side, let's see. Kind of think to himself for a moment. That'll work. Wailing Hag's a little bit down that way, and I'll point off to the east.
Wailing hag.
Mhm.
Is that like wailing as in whales, or wailing as in screaming?
Three.
Doesn't sound very cozy.
Yeah.
Contrary to the name, it's not too bad actually. The city's founder made it himself.
Wailing one.
Oh.
Wailing Hag.
Alright, thank you.
I'll get back to doing what I'm doing. Let's lift a ridiculously large crate with just a single arm as he walks off.
Comically large.
Comically large
Comically
crate.
large cake.
Yes.
So the Wailing Hag?
I guess.
Alright.
Okay.
This is fine with me.
So you guys are gonna go to the library?
Well. Yeah, I guess we'll just meet up there. Dinner-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go to the inn and see if any crazy events have happened in the last year.
Okay.
And maybe get a few drinks.
Okay.
And what are you going to be doing?
I'm probably gonna walk around and just find a really big building and walk into it.
A little unorthodox, but
Well, the bigger the building, probably the more knowledge a person knows. So,
How many cities
Libraries
have
are
you
usually
been
pretty
to?
big.
how many cities?
Yeah.
This would be my second city and third place I've been to. Unless we count the Dreamland, which then this would be my fourth place I've ever been to before.
Not wrong.
Alright.
I thought I lived
Maybe
a
you should
closed-in
stick
life.
maybe you should stick with one of us.
No, it's fine, guys.
Alright.
I would like to
Okay.
have you go get both.
I
With
will
me.
not
But I'm
push
gonna
the
make sure
issue.
he's not
Yeah.
getting
I think
into
that's-
too much trouble.
I think that's a good call.
I'm going to now join you. Make sure that you don't
If
get
we're
yourself
that
in
if
trouble.
we're that important, whatever weird space thing won't let him die. I'm just saying.
Allegedly.
Guys, I'm appreciative that you're worried about me. Thanks, guys.
Well, we just don't.
You got it, man.
We just don't need you getting arrested and spilling our names.
I wouldn't do that.
Insight
I
check.
said that suspiciously.
Why not?
Is he a narc?
Are you a narc? 10.
I'm telling the truth.
Allegedly.
I'm telling the truth.
I did say that very suspiciously, but I
did.
am telling the truth.
Well, it's better for
Looking
at
at
least,
Rue like, this guy's weird, man. You know?
better for at least one of us to stick with you just in case anything does
Oh
go
yeah, I
wrong.
don't care. You can come with me.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
come along just to make sure you're okay.
Cool. Okay.
So I guess we're splitting up.
Yeah, be safe. We'll see you guys at dinner.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, splitting the
Yeah.
party.
All right, what does the DM want to do first?
Let's see.
up.
So, let's get the group sorted here. You're going with Rue, right?
Mhm.
And the rest of you are going to the library, or where are you going?
I'm going to the Wailing Hag.
You're going to the inn already. You two are going to the library.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see if
You
that hag
two
really can
are-
wail.
Oh,
I'm looking for the
These-
biggest
the
the
building,
biggest building.
and I'm just following him.
That's where we're going.
What's the biggest building be the library? I'm hauling it.
Biggest building.
It's like the
Obviously, it has
it's
to
like the
look nice,
Manor
too.
House, where it's some rich guy's
Biggest or
manor.
tallest?
Nicest looking large house. Like I'm not going to the Washington Monument if like the Taj Mahal's available to me.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Interesting analogy, but yeah.
He's getting arrested for
So-
trespassing on the king's grounds.
I'm just gonna roll to see who we start with.
So funny.
What's it called? Big building group is a 1. Library group's a 2. In group or in person is a 3. I reroll a 4. Actually, no.
Just roll
No,
d6.
I roll a d6. That's right.
It's
You
on 5 to
defaulted to the
6.
correct choice.
All right. So the same thing, but 1 to 2. You know, is the big building group. 3 to 4. Library 5 to 6. Yeah,
Calling it a 5.
that's a 1. Unfortunate call, my friend.
Big building.
Big
Big
building.
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 So the bigger buildings will probably be definitely more centralized in the city. Not really necessarily on the outskirts of the city. So you're kind of just walking kind of deeper into the city. I mean, for you, it's definitely like, holy crap, there's so many people here. But for you, it's probably like, yeah, this is a city. It's, you know, there's people. And there's going to be a lot of people, but nothing like crazy.
Been plenty of them.
Nothing, not like Loam. Loam is insane. There's just so many people on the streets. But you do actually both of you make me a perception check to see if you can.
The group's best stat.
Yeah, I asked for a lot of those, and I'm going to be very
Yeah.
disappointed with the results this campaign. I think.
Yeah, you are.
Oh God, I didn't like the way you
Oh,
smiled.
shit,
I,
no, that's right. I always get the one confused. It's still not much better. An 11.
okay.
She rolled.
3.
She
Oh
rolled
my God.
Well, my expert is I rolled a d12 thing.
So-
I was like, wait, that's not the right.
Rue is, as you're like walking through the main center of Eldenweave, Rue is kind of just kidding, you know, not kidding a candy shop, but he's just like, oh my God. It's just like, there's,
People are getting out of my way.
yeah, people are kind of getting out of your way because you're massive, and then you're just like almost walking into them because you're not paying attention to them at all because this is all new to you and really like just interesting. You, you're more experienced with city work and all that. You've been to cities before, so you know how to keep your stuff attached to you and not get mugged or anything like that. Not that Eldenweave's a particularly terrible city. It's actually one of the better ones you could go to. But even still, there are some bad apples in the bunch that make things difficult. But you would notice a large amount of tents kind of just propped up in the city almost, and it's odd. Usually they would have something like that towards the outskirts, but they're kind of more centered in the city, and you see people going in and out of them, supplies being moved, all that kind of stuff.
She's gonna turn to Ruin. She's gonna like tab him really quickly. Hold on a minute.
What? This place is crazy.
It's different from some places I've been to. Let's go over to those tents really quick. That's not normal for the inside of the city.
Okay.
She's gonna kind of like lead them towards the tents, like find whoever looks like they're not quite doing anything or like super busy moving anything around. She's pretty much gonna ask them like, sorry to interrupt you, but what's going on here?
You managed to eventually, find a, someone who isn't doing too much. Like they're kind of just, shouting at people to bring stuff over here, over there, but they themselves aren't doing too much. And Sideways Steve's profile picture popped up, and it's just a weird looking potato man, and that
Mhm.
really caught me off guard. But anyway, as you were saying,
Cut.
yes, as you were saying, they'll kind of look over to you and go, yeah, what's up?
Normally, place I've been to, tents aren't normally in the middle of the city. There's a lot of movement. Can I ask what's happening?
You're probably new around, or at least new into the city, right?
Just came off a ship.
Well, we're refugees from Rethville.
What's going on in Rethrail?
How much do you know about the Bloodbriar acolytes?
From
How much would
Wraith?
I?
What?
Rethvale. Rethvale.
The what acolytes?
Bloodbriar, like briar bush
Yep.
acolytes at the end, if you want to put that down. But that cult's called the Bloodbriar. What'd you say?
How much would I actually know?
I don't think you're from. Are you from Eldenweave in particular, or no?
No, we really haven't established
we
where
kinda
I'm from,
haven't,
because
but-
I'm kind of just all over.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, you've heard. Make me a history check. See if you can recall somebody saying like just something random, maybe in passing.
I'm not even gonna bother.
No. You would not.
It's even better. It's a one. Flat one.
That's why you
We are dumb.
Yeah,
You must have been
I have like a
more
zero.
interested in other things at the time. But
She had
you're-
a lot going on.
yeah, you had a lot going on. It's fine. But yeah, you have no idea who this group of individuals are.
I haven't heard of them, unfortunately. Can you tell me a little bit more?
Yeah, there are these group of cultists that kind of propped up about a year or two. It was a year or two into the conflict. They're real, just nasty folk. We're talking ritualistic sacrifice, all that sort of stuff, and an alleged god of theirs.
What conflict is happening?
The Arovian conflict.
Correct.
Sorry, he's not been out all that much. What's their
See.
god?
I couldn't tell you the name. I don't listen to what their rambling is, because usually when they're yelling at you, they're trying to stab you and do other things, so it's not something I mess with. I was one of the lucky ones who got out.
Insight check.
Sure.
I don't trust the guy, dude.
Are
You
you
guys trust this
questioning
guy?
this guy's traumatic?
Yeah.
Like, there's,
So
like,
we trust them.
people
We're not there.
everywhere.
True. That's actually not horrible. 14.
I mean, he doesn't seem dishonest. He doesn't seem like he's lying. If anything, he seems pretty shaken about the whole incident in general, but he's masking it relatively well.
Cool.
I didn't describe him at all. It's just a human.
Okay.
Somewhat tanner skin, so probably farmer of some kind.
Nice.
But he's just gonna say, yeah, that's. I mean, they took over the town basically about. It's been a month or two ago, I think.
And have they been like moving closer here, further from here, or just kind of spreading like a bug?
Generally, like, this is the first time they've done something like this, so they would usually just have these little like patches of them where we would just like say, hey, over there. We would mark maps and like say, hey, they've been seen over there. Don't go over there unless you want to become their next sacrifice or whatever. And they usually kept to themselves, but this whole like outward movement into another city and completely just occupying it, that's unheard of. And it's kind of got the whole city in a fuss because, I mean, they've only kept themselves to the Duskwood so far, so who knows what's next if they're moving that far out.
Well, I'm very sorry for your unfortunate loss, your home. But if any of y'all need anything, I don't know how long we'll be here, but I'm always looking to help as much as I can.
Take a copper piece as consonants.
Thanks. It's not much, but it means a lot. We can always use whatever we can get. Well, if we're anything, but resourceful. But on you, if you wanted to help, I would recommend talking to Mynatha. She's the ambassador of the mayor, who, well, I guess she is the mayor now. The old mayor was killed, attacked, but
In the attack?
yeah, the attack on Breathvale, the cultists. Not everyone made it out.
And where would we be able to find her by any means?
Probably closer to the border, honestly, the city leading over to the east. She likes to hang out over there. 'Cause we're planning a thing to go back there soon and take it back. Because people's homes are there. They ain't gonna leave it sitting down, not without a fight at least.
Alright, well, we'll see if we can convene with her at some point, but thank you for the information. I
Yeah,
appreciate
no
it.
problem. And if you do end up helping, I'm sure I'll see you when we're
Sure.
making our march back there.
Of course. Well, I'll let you get back to what you're doing. Have a wonderful day.
You as well. Just start barking more orders of people bringing supplies over.
Do you want to continue to make our way to the big building that you might see?
I would love that.
Okay.
I was really having a hard time figuring out if you were in character during that or not.
What?
With the like asking questions with obvious answers.
I had no idea what conflict he was talking about.
Actually,
Yeah, no idea.
He was talking
Damn.
about how the cult took over his home.
Perfectly in character.
well, there was the Erovian conflict, and then there was the whole fight with the cultists.
Oh, that part I knew. I didn't know what conflict you were talking about in the first question.
Oh, that was the Erovian conflict.
Yeah, well, I know that now.
Now
Conflict.
The
we'll
conflict
move
with
on
the
to
Rovia.
actually
Roving conflict?
So,
Oh, we hate those guys.
in spite of your poor perception to see the, I guess the obvious oddities around the town, you are really focusing on not that, but more so seeing the biggest building you can find. There are two options you have here. One's kind of like a really, not really tall, but pretty tall, I want to say 4 to 5 story tower, kind of like almost a little overgrown, but like it looks like it's intentionally overgrown. Like it's not disheveled overgrown, it's like aesthetically overgrown,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Okay.
And the other one's like a big I want to say 2-story, like, or almost 3-story kind of building that's like near the middle of the town.
Which one are you looking to go to?
Probably the one that has like a lot of the plants like growing out the side and stuff.
Alright, I'm following your lead.
Cool.
Okay, so you walk up to the tower. You can tell it's been here for a fairly long time. Stone is well aged, but still sturdy. The plants themselves look surprisingly fresh, as if they were grown just recently. And and there's a large set of double doors kind of waiting there.
Would you like me to knock?
Oh, sure. We can knock.
And she is. She's gonna like kind of knock, not super hard, but enough to make some noise.
Mhm.
Because she doesn't see anyone walking in and out, right?
Oh, sorry.
Of the building. She
Oh
doesn't see
no,
anyone
there's no one.
walking.
There's no one really walking in, but people are walking around it. It doesn't look like it's an off-limits place.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I mean, like they're just kind of going around, but not in it.
Alright, yeah, she's still gonna knock just out of like courtesy. She's like, I'm hoping this is not someone's home, but it doesn't look like a home.
Okay, so from like I want to say about 2 stories up, you'll hear somebody shout, "Up in a minute!" Big masculine voice, very gruff. As you hear somebody begin to walk down the stairs of the building, and out to greet you will be a older human man, very decently built. I want to say around 50s, maybe late 50s. Bit of graying strands. Most of his hair is gray, but some like a whitish strands in the back. Pretty casual clothes, but his most striking feature is the fact that both of his arms are transparent and glowing like purpley, like shimmering purple, as he uses one of the open the door and push it open, or one of the double doors. And he looks up and says, "I see you around here. How can I help you?"
Well, me and my friend here, we're looking for some information about an odd experience we had, if we could trouble you for some time.
Odd experiences. I happen to be an expert on those. I'll have you know. So sure. You know what? I don't have any appointments today. You go on in if you want.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
We gotta
I
get
would
Argo
say,
some of those.
despite this man's stature, you're still probably, what are you, 7'4"? You're still like a good foot over him. So like he's kind of talking up to you and then looking down to you. It's kind of like, wait, how do I look?
2 foot height difference.
Yeah, it's a 2 foot height difference
Between
between
these
the
two
two of you.
characters.
2'4", and it's like, man. But yeah, he invites you all in. In spite of the tower's somewhat thin appearance, it's decently larger on the inside. Not you, but you would definitely have heard of things like this before, of buildings being larger on the inside than the out from, casters making buildings their own.
Mm.
But, yeah, but you would see this and you'd be like, huh, what? Where are we?
You use this space effectively.
I try. It's, wasn't mine originally, but I use it now, so.
Cool. Well,
I have I have a table upstairs that we can talk on if you want. Nice little living room area.
sure.
That'd be perfect.
It leads you up the stairs. As you're going through this tower, you don't see too much out of the norm. Literally looks like a living space, just bigger on the inside. Second floor brings you up to a relatively nice embroidered wood table. A couple of chairs kind of line it, about 6 chairs. He takes one of them, just sits down, gestures you over.
She's gonna sit and she's gonna look over at him and be like, "Did you want to talk first, or you want me to talk first?"
Oh, I didn't really have anything particular to say. I just kind of like
You just wanted to go see a giant building. Alright. Well, we had an odd experience. We're not from the same place. We ended up in a dream-like place at one point. Stars everywhere on the sky, and buildings that didn't make sense, and this creature that was a big set of arms and hands, taking smaller creatures, turn them into pretty much a smoking shadow of itself. Lady and a giant creature, glowing eyes. It kind of a nightmare, but not it was real, because we're missing a year and a month now of our time.
Oh, so we were saying everything.
He's gonna be like, who are these crackheads
She's
I
like,
just let in?
listen, I've gone through too much recently.
He was
I
saying
just need to tell
everything.
someone something.
Okay.
She's like, I'm piecing this together as best I can with what I got.
He's
Like,
gonna,
someone tell me
he's
something.
gonna blink for a moment and be like, okay. Not the weirdest thing I've heard ever, but definitely the weirdest thing I've heard in the last probably 20 years. Other than those fine folk that came back a while ago. But, so it was like a dream of sorts?
Well, we all fell asleep and then woke up in a place that felt like a dream. We weren't hungry, we weren't cold, we weren't tired. Time didn't work the same, I guess. It's hard to explain, and I know it sounds crazy, and we probably look like we're absolutely nuts, but it was a lot,
Someone's
and
gotta come from somewhere.
we're missing a whole year. We were gone for a year. And I don't know where the time went. I know he doesn't know where the time went. We
I
have
have no
friends,
idea.
friends, companions, I don't know what to call them at this moment, but they don't know what happened
Classify
either.
them as friends.
So, the most I can relate this to is a sort of like astral projection experience, but like that just doesn't seem right with everything else you've described. I was thinking maybe it's some other plane of existence, which is possible. Again, I'm not too much of an expert on that. That's not really my thing. I kind of fell into this position, I guess, semi-recently, but not too recently. It's been about, what, 20-some years, I think.
Well, first of all, I'm Enderu.
Oh, right.
And I'll shake his hand.
Probably should have gotten around to that.
Yeah, sorry I jumped right into it.
No,
we're,
I apologize. I should have asked you first. So you're Enderu, you said.
Mhm.
And you.
Karuna.
Bruno. I'm Gol. Nice to meet you.
Gore.
G-O-R.
Okay. And sorry I didn't ask before. Gore, what's your profession, I guess? You're living in this really magnificent tower. You came into this job 20 years ago?
Well, yeah, I guess. I used to be a tavern keep, and that's kind of what I like to do, and I still go back there sometimes. Wailing Hag is the tavern I run. But, I guess as of, 20 years ago, I am the, mayor of this town.
You guys found the mayor's house.
Wait,
It's your or the mayor.
It wasn't really, a job that I wanted to take, but was kind of had to, because the people needed a leader after Mara died.
I'm so sorry that.
It's been a while.
wait. So what happened to your arms?
Oh,
It's gonna
Yeah.
look
So
at the table like,
insensitive.
these, yeah, it was a shattered war, kind of, a reminder of what we fought for.
Yes, the Shattered War. What a tragedy.
This table is a real limb issue.
This table does have an issue. But this was kind of her one last gift from her, I guess, before she. I didn't know she had it around, but he'll pull out a pendant on his neck. This lets me kind of condense nearby energy into something I can use to move things.
seemed like she cared for you a whole lot. She left for that.
Oh yeah, she was my wife after all.
Oh, sorry to hear about her passing. It was probably really tragic.
Your condolences are appreciated, but I've come to terms with the loss. So, but like I was saying before,
Perfectly in character.
astral projection could be a thing, although very few people manage to do that. And if you're not sure of where you went in the first place, I doubt it was that. Planar travel is theoretically still possible, but borderline impossible to actually achieve. The stars need to basically align for you to actually go to a separate plane, and usually you're stuck there for more than a day, which, well, I guess it could have been different for you since time seemed to move differently. But do you have anything like at all evidence of this? Like, I'm not saying I don't believe you, but if you had something physical that you could maybe show, so that way it would be like okay, you definitely did go there, or if it was just all sort of a dream kind of thing. If you don't have anything, it's probably more like it was a dream, like you said. But if you do have something, then it might be something deeper than that, like actual planar travel, which has not been done ever since the Rogan conflict ended.
So, if people were to have planar traveled, is that like a crime and/or something that would get us in trouble?
No, it's borderline impossible to do. If you manage to somehow do it, and again without your own knowing, I'd say something brought you there rather instead. So there's still plenty of other inhuman things capable of planar travel. It's just the magics have been weird ever since the end of the conflict. We're not sure why.
Should I show him the orb that we got?
He's got their best man.
Well, funny you mentioned that. We actually do have something that we got from there. And I'll reach into my pocket and I'll pull out the black yellowy orb.
Oh, I've never seen that.
In a foldable.
He's gonna hold out
Yeah.
one of his hands to hold it. As you kind of place it on his hand, it'll just completely push like a hole through the hand, and then the hand will seal again, and it'll just hit the table.
Oh,
That makes sense.
He's gonna try and pick it up again, but the hand will just dissipate whenever he tries to
Oh.
grab it.
that does make sense.
It
Huh.
steals
Oh!
Not much can do that, by the way.
So, one of my new really good friends that I just met up with told me that that ball is like the minus sign of magic.
He's gonna kind of scratch the back of his head. That's interesting. As we
Yeah.
said before, magic isn't really my specialty. I have no innate casting whatsoever. This is just enchanted. So,
Yeah, I'll just grab that real quick.
Yeah, I wish I could hold it, but doesn't seem like I'm able to. I've never heard of something like. I mean, I've heard of magic countering magic, but I've never heard of something that isn't magic countering magic. If that makes sense. Very foreign, I guess. But I haven't seen anything like that. Looks like I had to guess on an off glance. It looked like some kind of gemstone. So maybe you want to take it to somebody who knows gemstones. We got a few jewelers in the city, and maybe can make heads or tails of it.
And do you know anyone who specializes in magic currently around here?
Why, yes, the other big building.
Yes.
The long
There's a
one.
two-story hall.
Honestly, there's plenty of mages around here of relatively normal skill. We don't have too many up there, but there is. Well, I don't remember his name. Never remember his name. He likes to just come and go as he pleases. Wears a red hood. Just does whatever he wants. Usually doesn't do anything bad. Usually. And kind of just goes all over the place. Sometimes he's here, sometimes he's across the world. But I think I've heard people talking about a red cloak recently in the surroundings, so maybe he'll actually be here. If you want to find him, I'd say the best place is probably the night. At night, the library. Not this early in the morning. He's not going to be there. He likes his privacy.
Okay.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. Sorry again for kind of dumping all this on you.
No,
Seem to be going
that's
for more than
fine.
enough with the refugees outside.
Yeah, it's a mess. It's bad over there, but we're getting back on our feet, and within the week we should have a group of, well, we're sending them back with a bunch of soldiers and adventurers who are willing to defend them to hopefully take the city back. If you want to join up at all with your companions, you'd be more than welcome. Hell, we'd even pay you for it.
I'll talk to the rest of our companions and see what they think of it, and then I'll get back to you and speak with Mintha? Is that how you pronounce her name again?
Manatha?
Minatha.
Manatha?
Yeah.
And I'll see if Manatha will be willing to let us come along, get some more information about this group from her. Then see how they feel.
Yeah, that'll work. She's always willing to accept the help, especially when it came to this. The whole invasion thing kind of it didn't do well for her, but she's more than willing to. Okay.
Oh.
But she's more than willing to. She'll probably say sure.
Alright, well, is there anything you currently need? Other than this, and then we can do while we're here? I know he wants us to go see sets, so.
I mean, I don't really have anything personally I need you guys to do. I'm more so just like enjoy your stay here at Eldenweave, I guess.
Alright. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Of course, I try to help out when I can.
Is there anything you wanted to ask him? Anything else?
Would you say that the Arovian conflict is like still going on?
No, that ceasefire happened. Well, that was a couple years ago now. Can't remember the exact date, but though they are getting a little antsy again, as it were. But that would do it to anyone with the way their resource situation is. They're in a dying land, and they got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
So it'll push anyone to their limits.
And random thing before we do end up going, has anything odd else happened within the last year?
I mean, odd-wise, there's the Bloodbriar acolytes pushing into territory they shouldn't. Although that already really, if you've heard about that already, I'm assuming if you heard about Minatha already, you've probably heard about that.
Yeah.
Other than that, not really. I mean, the planar travel thing is a little weird, but we're still in the beginning phases of understanding the planes to begin with. So it might be just a cycle we haven't figured out yet. So I don't think that's really too unnatural. But that's about it. Other than that, standard activity. Just keep yourself safe on the roads if you do go out with them. But just, when you're traveling with that many people to take back an entire town, they ain't gonna target you. They got bigger fish, or they got smaller fish to fry than you.
Yeah, well, thank you for sparing us some of your time.
Sure, I got nothing but paperwork to do anyway. You'll kind of seem miserable about that.
Well, hopefully we'll stop by again eventually. Ready to get going?
Yeah.
It's good to meet you all.
Yeah, good to meet you too. Well, we'll be staying at the Wailing Hag if you need us again.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy your stay. I left somebody in charge of it when I have to, manage the city. So
Mm-hmm.
I try to get by there when I can, but usually it's only about once or twice a week.
Gotcha.
Well,
Okay.
We'll be off. Thank you again, and we'll see you whenever we can.
Thank you for offering yourselves to help, at least you two. Hope your companions agree. We could use all the help we can
About that.
get. But that is where we'll cover that for now. We will move on to the in group, or in person, I suppose.
Just me.
In guy.
Also gonna fill my drink.
I'm that guy.
I'm covering anything.
Yep.
The Wailing Hag.
Sorry.
You're not that guy.
I'm that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
I'm that guy.
Okay, so
I'm the end guy.
you wanted to go directly to the inn. I'd say this inn is closer to expansion over the years. Yeah, I'd say it's closer to the northern side of the town. You managed to kind of look around a little bit, but you know city life. You've lived the city life. You
Yeah,
managed.
it'll
even
be
if-
on a main street.
different architecture, but like that doesn't. A city's a city at the end of the day, and you know how to run around one. You find it pretty easily in between like signs just demonstrating where it is, or people saying, just passing banter that you've learned to listen to over the course of the years. And eventually you arrive. It's a quaint little place. 2 stories high, about well, you can see each of the rooms on the top. There's about like, it's actually pretty big, despite its people saying it was one of the cheaper options. On the front of the sign of the inn is a purple armed man strangling like a hag in a chokehold.
Looks like a cool guy.
And
Wonder if I'll ever get to meet him.
and looks like it's open. You see activity in the windows. So
Yeah,
you can head on in if you want.
Yeah, walk on in.
You open the doors and it's a nice little place. You got people sitting at benches. There's a why am I forgetting the name? A bar, like a bar stool, bar stand. Just some people out there, not too many, as it's earlier-ish in the morning. You got more so people on tables, either just discussing things, getting drinks, or something like that. And you see a dragonborn at the counter, kind of zipping around, just making sure everything's right. He's moving really fast and really like panicky, in spite of the fact that there's almost nothing going on. Like he's just making sure everything's clean and just kind of zipping around, like almost like you've seen people like that before with like in your where you were previously, neat freaks and all that. So it's not something you haven't seen before.
Well,
but-
I will go and take a seat at the bar. And
You'll wait. You'll kind of
not that erratic.
Raise your hand, and before you even raise it all the way, the dragonborn's already over there, just in front of you. He's like, "Sure, what can I get?"
Whoa. Relax.
I am relaxed.
I don't believe you.
That's your choice.
Okay, well, I'll like take a gold out, put it on the table, put it on the bar. I know it's early in the morning, but I've had a long past few days. How many drinks can I get with just this?
That depends on what you want. You want the finer stuff, or you want the cheaper stuff?
The cheaper stuff.
They can get you a lot of the cheaper stuff.
All right, well,
Are you sure you want to use like a gold on that? Because that's like a lot of the cheaper stuff.
can you break a gold?
Sure, I can.
How much will half a gold get me?
Like the really, really cheap stuff, or like the cheap stuff?
No, the cheap stuff.
Okay, yeah, I see where you're coming from now. I'll get you about like 3 or 4 drinks.
Yeah, sure. And why don't you keep those coming, and could I bend your ear for a bit?
He'll like snap his head to the left and right,
There's
looking
not
at
that
like,
many
the other
people
table.
here, man.
Sure, I'm not too busy.
Brother.
Great. What's the before we get into it? What's the rate for rooms here?
Rate for rooms. That's I think 2 silver a night. It's pretty cheap.
All right.
That's
well,
how the mayor wanted it.
The
This
mayor.
is his in after all.
Does the mayor's in?
Yeah, well, it was. I kind of took over for him after he, became the mayor and all that. But I run in time to time. He comes in every once in a while. Maybe a week or 2.
All right. Well, why don't you put me down for a room,
Sure.
and I'll take a drink.
All right, coming right up. I'll take the coins and right off. What a strange man.
Yeah, you can say that. All right. And yeah, just whenever he gets back.
It won't take long. It will not take long. He comes zipping back with your drink and hands you a key with it. Like this is one of the key to the rooms. You can, I think it's the one on the first one on the left. So you can take that one and yeah, should be good. Plenty of storage in there for you.
Great. Thanks.
Hi Riley, you came back to something.
All right. I've had a long past few days,
Mhm.
and so I'm kind of out of the loop.
Mhm.
Has anything, I've been away. We'll say that I've been away. Has anything crazy happened in the last year?
Well, I'm sure you would have seen the refugees tents around the city for the Bloodbriar cult taking over Rethville. But I mean, that's happened more recently. But over the course of the last year, that's probably the biggest thing.
You said Bloodbriar cult,
That one.
Rathvale,
Yeah, that's the town they took over. That's where the refugees are from.
and now they're here.
The refugees are here.
Okay,
Bloodbriar isn't. At least I don't think they are. I hope they aren't. I really don't like those guys.
and they're bad.
Yeah, they're real bad.
All right, are they like everywhere? Or are they just here?
Well, they were only in the Duskwood before, but now that they're moving forward out of the Duskwood, we're kind of worried that they might start trying to take other towns out in Rethvale. So we're kind of like trying to keep track of that and make sure no one gets hurt.
Got it. Okay, I'm not from around here. So has anything crazy happened in the whole world?
The Europeans getting Nancy? Not really. It's been
Yeah,
kind of peaceful, but
that's kind of
peaceful is subjective. I mean, the ceasefire is only a ceasefire at the end of the day. The war's technically not over, but it's kind of over.
So nothing super crazy has happened. Just evil people being evil.
I mean, there's always evil people, but not on a grand scale. We don't really need another one of those, after what's happened in the last 20 years.
Of course.
Listen, I'm sure the Emperor of the European Empire is a very nice man. Or, you know what, maybe not, but, yeah, we don't need any more of that. So I hope it doesn't come for at least my lifetime. I'm kind of tired of living through historical events.
I bet. Yeah, that's actually all I really had. Just
I
Keep 'em
would
coming.
I would cheer you if I could drink on the job, but I can't.
You should.
you need it, man.
I'm fine. I'm not like
No,
stressed
no,
or anything.
I'm-
I'm just like
I'm
relaxed.
telling you.
This is me
I'm
relaxed.
telling you that you need it.
I can take one off, like on my break, I guess.
He's a fast talker when he's drunk.
Okay, well, that's honestly all I had. It's an interesting tavern name.
Yeah. I'm not sure where you got it from. Never really asked him. But this art's on the outside is pretty cool. So I was like, oh yeah, this looks like a great place to work at. And he's a nice guy, so I like to help him out.
Oh, is that him on the
Oh
sign?
yeah, that's him. They wanted to put in the hang in the chokehold. Yeah,
That's
that's
the
him.
mayor.
Yep.
Cool guy.
Yeah, really cool. He fought in the wars, both of them.
Oh wow, I was only alive for one of them, and I was a kid.
Yeah.
But I would have if I could.
I was alive during them, but I never really had the chance to participate. I mean, I could, but I just never really was called upon. I wonder why. So, I think I fight pretty well. You kind of look him over, and despite he's a little scrawny, but he is pretty damn fast. Like he could probably get to hold his own relatively well if he was
No,
trained
yeah.
properly.
Now, where I come from, there's lots of dragonborn. I know they're very tough.
Oh yeah, we pride ourselves on tough scales and all that. He'll just
all
blink
that.
at you.
Well, thank you for your time. I don't think I caught your name. It might have just flown right by me.
Oh, name, Zerman. Zaman. That's my name, Zaman.
It's like
Like
I'm losing,
5
I'm
times?
losing the last 3 letters of that word.
Is that with 4 or 5 Zams?
Just one. Zaman. Zamin.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you, Zaman.
No problem.
As you were.
Yep. And I'll just go back to zipping back and forth between like making sure everything's clean. He's a neat freak, but he's seems like a genuine enough person.
I'm gonna keep drinking, and then once I finish those, I'm gonna give him the other 3 silver, and I'm gonna get some food.
Hey, it's pretty early in the morning. You sure want to be drinking this much? Hi. They won't question it further.
Yeah.
They'll just zip around and bring you back the rest of the drinks.
Man has his voices.
Beer. It's been a long few days. Please. It's been a long
It's
year.
been a long year.
Shit, it's been a short year. It's just long days. All right, that's all from me.
We'll move on to the library group then. So you would see many similar things to what Karuna and Rue's group saw with the whole tents and people moving around. It seems like a lot of people, so it must have been a pretty big. I mean, you don't know it was a city yet. You haven't really got that conversation yet, but it must have been a pretty big city. After wandering for a bit, you kind of realize you don't really know where the library is. It's not as well marked as like a tavern or an inn would be. So probably have to ask around a little bit. If you want to try that, and just pull someone over.
I was just gonna like, is there a town guard?
Yeah,
I'll just walk up to him or her.
yeah.
And,
They'll. I can't tell what race they are under the mask, but the voice is masculine.
Just be like, excuse me.
Yes.
Just got into town. I'm looking for the library.
Library. Let's see where we are right now. It would be probably a little closer to the south, and then a little bit to the east. Kind of like guide you, tell you the names of a few like streets. No guy will tell you like take a right here, left here. Pretty decent instructions. You can get there pretty easy.
All right. Thank you.
No problem. I just love him doing my job, and he'll just go back to his post.
Mhm.
You follow his instructions, and about 5-ish minutes later, you find the library. It isn't superly well marked sign-wise, but there are all kinds of like tomes and books on like display in a sort of window, like there's 2 front windows, and you have like rows of books and like tomes of different kinds on display.
Mhm.
So you'd be safe to assume that this is it.
I guess I'll go in.
You enter in another double doorway, as this is a semi-larger building. Not as big as the one Karuna and Rue saw, but a little bit smaller. There is, to the left, there's like a little sort of like area with a few tables and like some comfortable looking chairs. There's some books stacked in the middle of each table, just kind of there. To the right there's all like the bookshelves, just I want to say maybe something a little bit taller than this room. Like pretty decently large bookshelves. They all seem relatively well sorted. And there is towards the middle, like forward middle, there is a woman, a tiefling woman manning the counter.
I'll walk up to her and excuse me.
Yes, what can I get you?
I'm looking for books on ancient languages.
Ancient languages. Okay, that's a Well, you'll find those pretty far back. Let's see. She's gonna pull out a small little like notebook of her own. She's gonna flip through, and after reaching pretty close to the back, she's like, "Ah, you'll find those." And she'll point down into a row, like pretty far in the back. One that hasn't probably been traveled too much. You should find something about languages there. If you're trying to cross-reference something, that would probably be useful.
Yeah, we might need to translate something into something and into something else into another thing to read this.
Oh yeah, language is as a language expert myself, it's never an easy job.
They must not have invented the Dewey Decimal System.
They
Also-
must not have invented Dewey Decimal.
You guys,
Or
keep,
Rosetta
like,
Stone.
do you guys keep like records of I don't know, newspapers or events that have happened?
Library personally, kinda. They aren't really on it as much as I am. I'm one of the people who kind of rotates in and out during the days. We have like 2 or 3 people that kind of man the library over the course of the week. But I have a decent idea of like some of that stuff, and I like to keep it. It's marking history. So, is there anything particular that they're looking for?
I'm looking for, and you didn't give us the date that we started,
Yeah, but yeah, you said.
but I'll say that date. I'd be like, did anything happen on this date about a year ago?
It's a little hard to remember off the top of my head. I don't really know. I would have to go back and like go into the back and grab some like refine the particular like papers from my personal thing I keep back there. So I can do that. It might take me a little bit because there's so through.
Yeah,
But
I plan on being here majority of the day, so
well,
whenever you get around to it.
yeah.
Excuse me, madame.
She'll kind of look over and blink a little bit.
Would you
Yeah.
point me in the direction of books detailing your planescape?
That would. She'll kind of like blink again. She'll bring the notebook and flip through. Recent planner stuff. It's probably a little bit closer to, I guess, my desk from where he would be going. It's more like a couple rows down, I think. Yeah. She's a little off put, but you're used to that reaction now.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, it's just how people talk.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Again, I guess. Skitters away, just on all fours.
On all sixes.
Yeah, just
Just up and over a bookcase.
no, but
It's crazy because that all happened in her head because he can't speak.
yeah, that's kind of why she was off foot a little bit. Other than how tall are you again?
Like 6.5, 6'4".
6 arms, 6'4".
Makes sense.
Solid.
Yeah.
Evil.
It's four arms total. Yeah, makes sense. But he wanders off. You go to your place and do your stuff. Okay, so would both of you please roll me an investigation check?
Oh, the 2 people who are actually
You guys are
at
good at
that.
this.
23.
There you go.
7.
So we'll start with the 7. You are kind of looking like for your kind of like what you would understand from planar travel, and not what these people understand from planar travel. And it's sort of like you're reading just different theories and what's been like you're reading like these theories that have been like studied for like years, and as you like flip through them, you're like, well, duh. It's like, yeah, that of course that's how it works. How is that? So you really can't find anything you like. What are you specifically looking for? Should I ask before I give you anything else? Like, are you willing to say? Or...
Like, typically, like the planes have like some structure to them. I was wondering if there was any detailing on that.
That, in spite of your subpar investigating and quickly rising annoyance over, the content of said books, you would find that their structuring on the planes is relatively on point. The gaps in some places are a little larger than they should be, but for a, not a first person account, it's not bad. You can admire that a little bit. But you're looking for like the structure, you said?
Yeah.
I mean, you see the structure. I don't know what else I can really, give you with a 7, but like the structure's there.
Yeah.
With you, you kind of like just what you're looking for. You go through like several languages that you think would be similar, and like kind of try and cross-reference them, and you're doing all this cross-referencing. And I would say over the course of both of you doing this, it would probably take a couple hours.
I mean, I'll keep going.
To get like what you think the results, like for both of you, really, since you're probably spending the same amount of time here. You're both like pretty studious, I guess. You would have to be for certain things, and you also would have to be. So, with you find that nothing really matches up too well. You can tell though with a 23. That's not the right. That's not right. Hang on.
The Red Hood approaches.
My shit stopped. My shit stopped looping. Don't give me an ad. I swear to God.
The librarian's iPod hit shuffle.
That's odd. Anyway, as I was saying, you wouldn't really find anything that's like a direct comparison how you can like translate this to. However, it does seem like there's like an odd similarities to how it's written as what's that language called? Is there a language for aberrations?
Deep speech.
Deep speech. It would be somewhat like similarly structured to deep speech, however the dialect is all different. Completely different, just like but the closest thing you can find to a similar language in like structure, other than like actual, but you can't make it out, but like you can find like, okay, I can like pattern recognition. Would be deep speech.
But if I were to like start translating, I get just gibberish.
Yeah, complete gibberish. Nothing doesn't seem like it's even close to the same language at all, but there is a very, you can't deny that there is some sort of like connection here. Whether it be from just coincidence or because if there actually is a connection, you're not quite sure.
If it's possible, I also would have liked to add to my search research tomes or accounts of this language popping up or being recorded in history.
Okay. With using your 23, since you already rolled that. You search pretty well. You managed to find like a decent like section of, I guess, aberration instances, like a history of aberration appearances in Burgosia. Not very many. Seems like aberrations are fairly uncommon, with sometimes even decades going in between each incident, and usually the incidents are on a small scale. Never really anything too big. But nothing would really coincide with the date, I guess you're looking for. Yeah, you said you were looking for like a date, right? Or
no, just now I'm just like broad history. Has anyone ever recorded this language coming up or done research on it?
With the few accounts that there are, even fewer actually talked with any aberrations or studied anything of their architecture. Is mostly just
like the language.
Yeah, the language.
Not aberrations.
I don't know why I said that. But yeah, I mean, there isn't really much. But you feel like you put in like the time and effort to that. You didn't miss it. It's just not here. So if you're looking for that further, you feel like you won't find it here. Perhaps maybe somewhere else. But you feel like you've thoroughly searched.
Okay.
So you got an answer in a way, just probably not the one you were exactly looking for.
No, I wasn't. I wanted the answers to the campaign.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're gonna have to figure those out later.
It's only session 2.
It's only session 2. I gotta keep some secrets.
Then I'll just kind of poke around. I'll go and then to fill time until the tiefling can get back to me. I will just look for books that have come out, books or research papers that have come out in the last year regarding metallurgy.
Okay. About I want to say pretty much as you're finishing up your research on the cross-referencing of the languages, the tiefling woman will come up to you holding a stack of like papers. Like, and she'll say, it's like a big newspaper kind of stack, like 2 or 3 newspapers in total. It's like, these are the ones that I was able to find just over the course of the day. They're from 3 different cities. One all the way up to the north. Which one's that? One all the way up at Galtmore, and one all the way down at Apollo. And of course one here. So pretty decent wide range of at least accounts here of those dates.
Galtmore?
Galtmore.
Oh,
Yep. Galtmore.
And then Hollow?
Hollow. Yeah, just like the spell. That's the town name. One very far to the north, one very far to the south, and one in central, western Western Telstra. Yes. All in all, as you look over the newspapers, there isn't really too much here that would like scream, okay, this is what happened, like to me. Most of it are accounts of like, hey, the so-and-so's caravan got hit by bandits. If you see any bandits wearing these colors, let us know. Okay, you do actually see a Bloodbriar Acolyte kind of like article saying that their efforts have been pushed to stop their activities in the Duskwood as it is harming the land. They're just not good people either. So it's like, we need to stop that. But nothing too out of the ordinary. Like, nothing that would scream, this is what happened to me.
Okay. Does she like wait for me to like read them over, or does she go about her business?
She goes about her business. She's pretty trusting. Like, nobody would really want. Her hobby is so kind of niche that she feels pretty safe just leaving them here, because like, who would want a bunch of old newspapers from a year ago? Like, nobody wants that. But yeah, because she assumes it'll take you at least like a decent amount of time to read over those fully. And yeah, she'll go about her business and she'll say to you whenever you're done with those, just bring them back to the counter and I'll put them back where they belong.
Okay. Yeah, I'll finish reading them. I'll bring them back up to her, and when I do, I'll be like, I don't believe I got your name.
Jeez. God.
Every NPC must have a name.
Yeah, you're killing me here. I'll do it, but you're killing me. Lenore.
So.
Lenore the librarian.
Lenore, thank you very much. Good reads, not quite what I was looking for, but still good to catch up. I've been on a boat for the last year, so trying to catch up on certain events.
Traveling, I see.
One last question. How's the ceasefire between the Empire and the Coalition going?
So kind of just not great. Again, if assuming that you're interested in it, you probably studied it yourself a lot. The ceasefire was exactly that, a ceasefire. It wasn't really an end to the war, and it didn't really solve the problems that started the war in the first place. Sure, some of the conditions of the ceasefire was to help the European Empire out of its just horrid situation that led it to need to take the resources by force from the other provinces, but it can only do so much. Their magic tech constantly destroying, or anti-magic tech constantly destroying the land. They're getting more and more desperate. There's only so much we can provide before we're losing stuff ourselves. Something needs to change soon, but I'm worried it won't change in time.
I agree. Well, hopefully it works out.
I hope so too.
Well, thank you very much for the papers. What time does the library close?
We're open pretty late. I'd say around night falls when we kind of close. So, yeah.
All right. Yeah, like I said, I will just until I don't know about Shagru's, but roughly until dinner time, I'll just stay. Like, hopefully, there's enough material on like new metallurgy reports and research that I can fill the rest of the day out.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely not as like common as like that wouldn't be as common over here since metallurgy is something that is like mostly in this area magic based as well. But like you could find some stuff about like alloy smithing and all that, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, this I know. I can work with this.
Mm-hmm.
You would find stuff for research easily.
Yeah.
Well, not as easily, but decently easily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, then I'll just once dinner time rolls around, head back to the wailing hag.
Yep. All right. Is there anything else you wanted to do before I move back to our big building party?
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of gonna. I'm gonna keep looking for books. Just keep sorting through stuff. Is it just her here, or are there like?
There are a few other like people just reading and like searching for books themselves. The people reading, I mean, like it's really hit or miss whether they see you or not, because sometimes they're so deep in their book, otherwise they won't even notice you. Otherwise, they're like they look up from the book occasionally, kind of just, and then just look down again. It's like, oh, okay. Like, never seen one of those before. But yeah, other than that, it's like there's a few other people here.
I'm gonna find Ardor at one point, like when it starts getting later.
Mhm.
If you don't mind, I'm going to stay the night here.
Oh. Okay.
Just let the others know.
I spoke with the tiefling who seems to be running it. I don't know if you can stay the night, but you can ask.
I'm going to stay the night.
Okay. And I would say I walk away, but he said he found me, so.
Yeah, you're like, do you mind? Well, that's it for you.
For now. Yeah.
Okay. We'll move back to big house party. So you after you stopped or concluded your conversation with Gore, you would be going to that other house, I'm assuming, the big or other building, I guess. Or do you like, wow,
I
my
wasn't planning on it, but that's a great idea.
Okay. Well, I figured you were gonna be like, wow.
I mean, I guess we do have hours to kill because they just spent hours reading and
Yeah.
So yeah, we got the time.
Let's do some crime.
I was gonna say that but we're not doing crime.
He's literally just sightseeing.
To the two-story building.
Once real quick, once I drank through my gold's worth, my 8
Your
silvers
gold's
worth,
A half a gold.
my half a gold's worth,
You didn't spend a full gold. I was like, damn, that's so much alcohol.
my
for a
half
full gold.
a silver's worth. No,
When does he have to start making con saves?
I mean, it's pretty cheap stuff. It's not
I'm-
too heavy.
Now that I'm properly lubricated,
I'd say he's probably had experience drinking before. So
not really.
he's like 1 or 2 drinks off.
It costs
the con
money.
save.
I'm gonna go out back on the town because I probably hung at the bar for a little bit. It was like, I don't have a watch. It's like, man.
My sundial doesn't work in here.
There's the sun.
Sundial on the wrist.
Not-
Yeah.
It's not properly calculated for this part of the world, maybe. Or there's no sun in here. I'm gonna go see what everyone else is doing.
Okay. So are you trying to like find the rest of your companions, or are you just seeing what other random people are doing? Because like you can just see.
I
What...
was a 7-foot tall elf that had never been anywhere, where would I go? Probably the biggest thing I could
That's not an unreasonable assumption.
Probably
I
the
also
biggest thing I
literally
could
said
do.
it when we
Yeah.
were going up.
I'm gonna go find the biggest building.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go out looking for the big building crew.
Surely he doesn't end up in the other big building.
Uh-oh.
Surely he would have picked the tower. And not,
You were in the tavern, right?
yeah.
Down by. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, you walk down a few streets, kind of looking for like big buildings, and then as you kind of like take a left on one of the streets towards the north, you kind of see the peak of a little tower, almost. And you're like, I could see that from here. That's pretty big.
I'm gonna go to that.
So you head over to that, in that area, that sort of like centralized area. There is the tower, and then let me see. There is there's the big like building that you guys are going to. I'm trying to think if so probably it's trying to think if you guys would be around there at the same time.
Probably not. I'm gonna say I only spent maybe like I don't know, a couple hours.
The talk with that, I guess it took them a couple hours to walk around too. Just look around. You know what? I'll say you see them. They're kind of they're like Rue's kind of like just looking at the building. They're like right in front of it. He's just like just staring up at it. Karuna's just kind of at his side, just like, all right, there's your building.
Did you also want to go inside of this one, or did you just want to look at this one?
I didn't know we were allowed to go in it. I would love to go in it.
I mean, I'll go knock.
The doors are actually slightly.
It's just me.
She like slowly turns like,
It's just
all
me.
right, it's just you.
The doors are actually slightly open, implying that the building itself is open.
The tavern's pretty good, guys.
Oh, nice. How'd you find us?
I tracked you down with my incredible skills.
Wow.
Just get over about to say something and then just decide not.
It's because you stand literally head and shoulders above everybody else.
And you literally told everyone you're gonna go find the biggest building.
That too.
Cool. Well, this is the second biggest building, and we're gonna go check it out.
Yeah, the tavern's pretty cool though. It's owned by a guy with blue arms,
Purple.
purple arms.
Are you colorblind?
I've never had.
That's mean. That's just mean.
I've never had someone tell me I am.
Okay.
So
Oh yeah, we just met him
Oh, no.
though.
The mayor.
the
Yeah.
mayor
Yeah.
He's in that building.
He
It's like
just
such a
talked
casual.
to you guys.
Yeah, he said he had nothing really better to do, so we just chatted around.
The mayor
Yeah.
of this really big city.
The mayor of this
that
really
also
big
owns a
city,
tavern.
who we also told everything about what we just went through.
But
She
he-
told everything.
I did.
Everything.
Everything minus the part where they poked our eyeballs.
The parts of how we actually got there, I told him we were dreaming and we all lived in different places. But he actually gave us a person who might be able to tell us what that shiny little object is.
And our friends are there right now.
You didn't think that was like suspicious that he was super helpful?
I did think it was suspicious, but he seemed trustworthy.
Listen, we've gone through enough shit. If anything goes awry at this point, that'd probably be normal.
Yeah.
That might be our most normal that we had to deal with.
Yeah, I wouldn't have told him, but I'm not you guys. But
I've been through
we
it.
got information, so
Well, these doors are open,
that's what matters.
and an open door is a door I'll go through.
And also closed doors.
Well, we knocked on that one, and then he opened it, and I went through.
I did knock. He was very nice.
As you kind of push the door, the slightly
Okay.
already open doors, even further open to let yourself see in. You're in what appears to be a temple, which yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a temple, really big temple.
Oh yeah.
I'll let
also-
I'll let you play out what that means to you, and what that means to you.
Also, I figured out that there's all those tents are refugees from another town called Rathvale,
Oh yeah.
and they're here because some people got like the Bloodbriar cultists.
Took over their town.
Yeah, how'd you know?
And would
Talk
that
to
town
one
be
of 'em.
named Rathvale?
I just said that.
Oh.
Got told who their current mayor is and that they're getting a party together to go back. Kinda.
That sounds dangerous.
Yeah, but. I need help. She's always looking to help. She's like,
Let's
I
sort
just wanna
out-
help me.
Let's sort out our own issues
Well,
first.
this seems like a noble house, so let's go in here and see if they have any spare money for us.
No,
It
this
would
is
most
this is the
definitely not
temple.
seem
You
like
give
it.
them money.
Oh, alright.
No, you,
You don't have to.
You don't have
give them-
you need it more than they do, but that doesn't mean that they're gonna give you money.
Currently, you are the needy for them.
You are the poor in need of help.
Oh.
We all
Sarah
may
will
as
never
well
forget
be.
the 7 gold thing. Or 7
Seven
copper.
Seven
Now
copper.
that it's 6 copper.
They were down to 6 now, yeah. Oh my god. Because you gave one to,
Whatever that dude's name was.
You didn't have a name.
Yeah, we didn't ask him.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure that guy appreciated your donation, though.
Yeah, he did. He said, anything helps, thanks. And I said, you're welcome. So this place of any value to us or no? Is it's kind of a waste of our time to be here?
Well, if you're religious, you pray. But if you're not, then some people just
I
think
feel
it is
like
a pretty
that's
building.
not getting through to you.
No, I don't think that pertains to me in this exact moment.
That makes sense.
Are you guys gonna do it?
No, I'm not
Ain't no gods ever answered my call, so no.
Okay. That's really sad.
She just shrugs.
Thank you. It is what it is.
Basically,
Also,
yeah.
something we found out is that our friends at the library will probably be visited by some mysterious figure in a red cloak during the night.
He's the one who knows about knows about magic more than anyone else here.
Sounds like a good lead. That's what we got.
Yeah, but
He's
also
very
there's like a
good.
chance that he won't be there because sometimes he's here and sometimes he's not. So it's like, who knows?
Pretty much got a coin flip.
It's the best lead we've got.
It's the best lead we've got.
So you think we could get Ardor one of those purple arms?
Oh, that'd be really useful and helpful because he does
He does kind of
he
need
does
2 arms.
need 2 arms.
Maybe I'll ask the mayor if he knows the
If you
enchantment on it.
Donate an arm.
Doesn't have
Hmm.
hands on it.
We can brainstorm on that one. I don't hate that.
I'm just looking out for the group.
Yeah, so I mean,
Also, I got myself a room, but I didn't get you guys anything.
oh, it's okay. I have
It's
6
2
copper.
silver.
So I have 4 more copper than what's needed.
No.
Well, let's just go figure it out at the library. What time of day would it be right now?
Like noonish.
I want to say you probably got closer here to like late morning, so it'd probably be about early afternoon. So getting a little close, but not quite the dinner. Yeah.
What kind of a temple is this? BT dubs.
Are you
What
going
god?
like into the temple?
Yeah, we
at
got
all,
the
Or are you
time.
just kind of
Oh.
peeking in?
Poke my head in.
You wouldn't, despite your not necessarily religious nature, you actually would have seen this kind of temple before. This is sort of like a, mass temple.
No, it's
Like,
like
it's kind of like, it has like sections for different, all like a bunch of different gods. Rather than like having, like, there are still dedicated temples in cities for specific gods, but this is for like foreigners who come along and need a place for worship.
Wait, can we go in?
do you worship?
No, but I was seeing if they would do like readings.
Y'all can go in. I'm gonna stay out here.
I'm also prefer to stay out here. I'm
Oh.
not a religious individual.
All right, well, after this, I'm just gonna walk to the library and tell our friends that some like really weird person is gonna come visit them at the library during the night. So
I'm a serious stranger.
yeah. Okay, bye.
It's what we got. It's what we got.
All we got.
So you're going into the building?
Mhm.
Okay. Kind of, as you walk into the temple, it's very clean. Like, extremely clean. You're probably the dirtiest thing in the temple right now.
Oh, wow.
It's that raggedy coat.
It's that raggedy coat.
Guys, my coat's nice.
But you see a few sections with some people in them, varying symbols of divinity, kind of all scattered around. But you wouldn't really, kind of like, still little strange to you, I guess.
Excuse me.
As you kind of say that, some people will kind of glance over and then go back to their prayer. But one person will kind of like, who's not really in the middle of something, will walk over and go to you and it's like, yes, how can I help? It's a older gentleman.
I heard this was like a divine place. Do you guys do like readings on people, or like you tell them about their future, or like how they're doing or something, or?
That's not what I thought he meant.
Readings. Unfortunately, I don't think we do anything involving readings here. That's not really my religious forte. I am a worshiper of Fen, the goddess of life. But I do believe that I can't remember it off the top of my head, but one of the refugees from Rathvale was a alleged fortune teller.
Oh wow! What a great luck that I ran into you who knew that information.
I mean, we've been getting to know them for a decent amount of time now. It's tragic what happened there, really. Life should not be tarnished in such ways by the blood riot cult.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. Well, thank you for your information. Here's a donation to your cause.
What do you hand him?
A copper piece.
He kind of, as you hand him the copy piece of wine, says, "Any little bit helps. Thank you very much."
Of course. All right, bye.
This one.
I feel like people are just being nice to you, and like, because
Just to get us
that's the
money.
equivalent of handing someone like a dime.
Any little
I'd
bit
be
helps,
so-
man.
That'd be so
Like a
condescending.
quarter.
Here's a dime. Buy yourself something nice.
I feel like he has that kind of like. I feel like Rue has enough lost child energy to like kind of makes it so people realize like, oh, this guy's actually genuine. He's like, okay, he's not being condescending.
He's so weird.
I got 19 charisma,
Oh,
guys.
this guy's actually stupid.
No, no. Oh my god.
Hey, pal,
Alright.
just bone. Stupid.
But after you give him that
Get it
copper
out, get
piece,
it out.
you're just Deja again. Just,
Are my friends still outside or nah?
would you have waited for him, or would you have gone just straight to the library?
I waited outside for him.
Okay. You would have. What about you?
Yeah.
He doesn't take long. Maybe like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because most of that is just him just staring.
I'm just people watching in the meantime.
Yep.
Hey guys.
He eventually comes back out.
Hey there. You learn anything good?
Yeah, I learned that there's a woman in the refugee area who is like a reader, and she can give me a reading. So I feel bad lugging you around the city, so you don't have to come with me. But if you want to, you can. I'm just telling you, I'm gonna go get my reading and then go to the library.
I don't think you can afford that with 6 copper.
What do you mean? I don't even have 6 copper, I have 5.
Did you? Never mind.
I told you, you guys told me that I can donate in there.
You
said
did say
you're
you
the one who's
could.
needy.
I don't need it.
I said we let him try and survive the night.
No, we can't do that.
You guys say something?
You want to survive?
Be kind of funny.
That's a real jerk move.
Guys, I hope you know before I met you guys, I survived 2 nights in the wilderness by myself.
People are a lot different than wolves.
Yeah, wolves you can punch and they'll go away.
People you punch and they'll punch back.
People you punch and they call the cops.
I mean, I'm just gonna start walking there, and then you guys do your thing, or you follow. But, you know, don't feel forced.
I'm gonna follow him. man. If you want to join, go ahead. But I feel it best not to leave this man alone. She was like getting freaking moaned.
Mm-hmm. Thank God you're here instead of fucking Mazduros, where you'd be eating a lot.
Yeah.
I've had 0 bad experiences with people so far.
Yeah, that's about the truth.
She's just following like,
It'll probably be
Forced
more
people.
interesting than the library. So.
All right,
sure.
go to these guys or whatever.
Jump cut.
That's a lot, right?
Okay, so we're jumping back to the library, folk, correct? Okay. So
Yeah, by me.
I mean, you and your metallurgy stuff. Do you want to see if there's anything else in the meantime, or?
No, it's like the afternoon.
I'd say. I mean, how are we syncing this up? Are we gonna, or do things with you for the early afternoon for now? Yes. By the time they get to the library, it'll probably be late afternoon. Misadventures of ruined friends.
You know what?
I'm actively preying on his downfall.
What the heck?
Man, he didn't
And I'll turn like a toddler.
All he's done is donate to people. What do you mean?
He's gonna
I
get taken
hate
advantage
it.
of.
Oh yeah, easily.
I
there's a
will
bunch of
find.
people in
I
this
will look for
alleyway.
one other book.
Come with me.
I want to find a book. I want to find a book that recounts like frontline stories during the Arovian conflict.
Okay. That would be in one of the more common sections, as that is a very much I guess historical accountings. Like you would find it all there,
Mm-hmm.
and there's plenty of accountings from different I guess soldiers from different provinces. There's some from here. There's some from pretty much everywhere except for the Orem Mountains, which was the only province to not participate. They remained neutral, which made some people angry at the time, but that was their choice. And yeah, but I mean, it's really just a preference of which one do you pick out. There notably are very little to no accounts of the Arovian side of things.
Of course.
There are some, but they're not very detailed.
Which ones seem to, just glancing through the, I don't know how many there are.
There's a lot from different people. I mean, they're mostly somewhat like recountings at this point. I'm sure people jumped all over this right after the war ended to get the stories out and all that.
Yeah. I'll pick out one book that seems to depict the soldiers encountering Arovian technology.
Okay. There's plenty of that. There's all kinds of tech on that. There's weapons, sometimes even vehicles. Not necessarily quote unquote vehicles like we know them, but more so like towards the end of the war, it was rumored that the Arovians are beginning to experiment with levitation without magic, which is a very that's a very new thing. There are I'd say 3 books with the accounts of this. 2 of them were just off-glance accounts, while one of them was actually an attack on one of these levitating vehicles. It is said that they only managed to levitate about 2 to 3 feet off the ground, but they kept their height like on inclines, and they kept a solid height wherever they would go. If the one went on down a hill,
Mm-hmm.
it would keep the angle of the hill.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very interesting. It's very interesting for you to read, as yeah, I mean, it's technology. It's cool to you.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I mean, there's weapons. Anything in particular?
I would have kind of glanced at that stuff. I would have narrowed down my search to the more infantry like technology.
Okay.
And I won't even read that here. I'm actually going to open up my bag of holding and put the book in there.
Okay.
And you thought I was
You
the
kinda-
criminal.
I
kind of like
one of the criminals.
you kind of like slightly open the bag a little bit, kind of like no one's around.
Yeah.
You got away with it pretty easily. You're in, even being in one of the more common sections, you seem to have gotten pretty lucky with just the density right now of people.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just like, I didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you slip that into your bag. Nice. No one knows.
And then I'll just go back to like general researching
Okay.
whenever they show up.
Around actually, before we do that, anything you want to do before they show up?
I guess since all these books suck, I'll start kind of looking into like weapons technologies, anything recent, to see if I can find anything that will remotely help with my gun issue.
Since that's like more of a very broad, like weapons in general, like firearms are nothing new to Ragosia, but they're very different. I would say roll another investigation check to see if you find anything that would even closely
Come on, baby.
give you some help with how to manage your weapon situation.
12.
Yeah, that's not right. You kind of like you managed to narrow it down to the firearms section, but it's like you know how to maintain your weapon. You didn't necessarily, at least I don't think you necessarily built it from scratch. So you're more so like looking at like the schematics for weapons that don't even resemble yours in the slightest. And it's like, hey, I don't know anything about this. You're like, yes, I don't know. So unfortunately, you won't really find too much that will allow you to work with that necessarily. So for now, your situation remains unsolved.
These books suck.
You say to yourself, without not out loud,
In your own head.
in your own head.
No, he says
He
it.
lets
Though.
a few-
Yeah, he just lets out a few clicks.
With all forearms or just the top two?
One of them's it's three of them. One of them's holding the book still. But yeah, other than that, we'll say we reach it about the late evening-ish time, not before, right, a little bit before dusk.
We're going to do my reading before we go to the library.
That's true. Yeah, we'll do that.
I hope you know you're getting scammed.
What do you mean? Diviners are real.
Yeah, but they don't charge 6 copper.
That'll be 6 copper.
Oh, I need to know.
Diviners and oracles are real.
Eh,
I
I've been to them before. I know one, and he's real.
I'm not convinced you've been on this planet for more than 5 days.
I've been on here.
Let's go.
I've been on here for 21 years or 22 years, depending on if we count the year that we were gone.
Yeah, well, I've been on this planet for
Text
23
notebook.
years. 24 if we count the one who's been gone.
Nice.
Nice, man. That's so cool.
I really think you're just gonna get scammed, man. I'll come with you to watch it happen.
Okay.
Watch him get scammed.
Cool. Yeah, we're going back to the refugee place.
Okay. So, since the refugee camps are kind of scattered all over the place, I know you're gonna hate me for saying it, but I'd like all of you to make a perception check if you are looking for her specifically.
Finally, a good roll.
Okay.
You go.
I got 15.
Maybe 24.
Dang it. 21.
Okay, so honestly, it's not too bad. You just happen to be kind of in the right spot at the right time. Takes about
I'm good at looking at poor people.
yeah. That's not at all what I thought.
For
you were going to
backstory reasons.
I said yeah before I processed the fact you said poor people, and I'm like, oh well,
For
okay. I guess I
backstory
just agree
reasons.
to that now.
Interesting claim.
Backstory reasons, I know what I'm looking at.
But yeah, you just happen to be in the right place at the right time. Something that you're decently good at. But yeah, this would definitely be towards the forgetting the direction. I think that east. So eastern direction of the city. Towards one of the outskirt tents, really. You're kind of just wandering around, and you would see a different kind of tent. It's sort of like a single person tent, kind of like with a bunch of like knickknacks, like kind of like draped across like the tent folds towards the doorway. But other than that, that's the only identifying feature of it. Nothing really too out of the place except for that.
Are we all like walking together?
Yeah, you're all kind of walking around. Yeah, I mean, you're all together. You kind of just take a passing glance at the decorated tent for a little bit, and one of the refugees come up to you and says, looking at the tent. Yeah, that's Winora, fortune teller. She's interesting. Just I'm saying that both as an explanation and a warning.
That's okay. So are we.
That's fair.
Thank you.
If you want to go see it, you can. But I mean, yeah, she's interesting.
We love interesting.
We appreciate it. Sorry about Rathvale.
It's fine. We'll be going back to get it soon, and I'll be damned if we don't.
Well, yeah, we might be joining you, so
we could use all the help we could get. I'd appreciate it.
Getting offered up.
Well, is she in right now?
I guess.
I didn't see her leave.
Oh my
She
God.
told actually. I'm gonna think that I don't see her leave all that often. Anyway, she's probably there. I would say knock, but I don't really know how you knock on a tent. Maybe jingle one of the things out there. It'll make some noise.
Knock knock.
Or that'll work too. I gotta do things.
Okay.
Gotta get things sorted out for the.
What a nice guy.
Gotta get
I would have done it the same. I'm not gonna lie.
that.
I'm just gonna stomp my foot really loudly.
Yeah. In a minute, you'll hear from the tent as you get the clattering of just. You don't even know what could be in there that could be making that much noise,
She sounds
but
like
it's
she's
loud.
busy.
Or she has a lot of stuff.
As
She's
a red-haired woman will kind of open the tent and create these really thick glasses. You almost can't even see through them.
She had the binoculars.
She looks to be around her mid-30s, relatively young still. And she'll say, "Can I help you?"
Hi, I was hoping to get a reading.
Oh, you're one of the customers. I see. That would be
Customer.
It's wonderful. If I could.
What?
You see,
Schmucks.
I don't have my supplies here. I do give readings, yes, but I kind of had to just leave with the clothes on my back and stuff.
Oh, dang it.
So, thank you for your time.
Wait, what do you need to what do you need to do it?
A lot of things. Nothing that I could ask anyone in good faith to get, but all of my things are at Rathvale still, provided those damned cultists didn't take them all and throw them to the side. She's very angry about that.
All signs point to Wrath. Hate to say it.
You're talking to a refugee in a town, man. What do you expect?
Dang it, okay.
You've talked to so many refugees, and I've had to bring it up so many times. It's because they're refugees.
Well, if you can't, then I guess our business is done here.
Well, wait. Where's your place? What's the name of it?
Oh,
She's like, getting
I didn't really give my house a name. I should. Everyone kind of just came over if they wanted a reading. I'll think on that, actually. It's a very good idea. But, it's towards the southern side of Rathvale.
Southern side? Alright. Well, if we join, or maybe we'll stop there.
Quick question. What do you think a house could be named? How do you
Is it a boy or girl house?
See, that's what I'm thinking. I can't tell.
How do you read fortunes? How do you tell?
Oh, well, there's a lot of ways. You can pull bones. You can
What's
take
your
bones.
most common method?
The most common and albeit boring is the standard crystal ball. I don't really like doing it though. People just ask for it, and I'm just happy to oblige for them. I prefer the more. I don't want to say occult because that sounds so bad, and it's not occultic, but like that's the only word I can think of for it. Like it's nothing like the blood rise. God, no, I would never hurt anyone.
Call it like, I don't know, the enchanted bone. Something that gives them an idea of what you do, so people know where to go. Or
Is it like cards or bones or?
I do cards sometimes. I do bones. I'm pretty well versed. If you have a method that's in your mind, I probably have done it.
or the fortunate star. Some
The stars, yes, they tell very
You don't
interesting
like read.
tales.
You don't
House
read
of
palms
Cards.
or something.
Hmm?
You don't do palm.
It's a little out
Low
there, but I
hanging fruit.
can't. It's just
Low hanging
there's a lot
fruit.
more that goes into it than one can think.
show
up there.
I actually have to. There's a
Yeah, I might send the wrong message.
wait,
Because all I have right now is 5 copper and a palm doll for you.
2 palms.
palm doll.
Palm, as in if you were to read my palm.
Oh, a palm to offer. I thought you said palm doll. What is a palm?
I don't know.
I must be thinking things. But I don't have anything to help you read, really. There's a lot more that goes in than just holding out your palm and just going. No. There's a very, very spiritual thing that goes into this.
Okay. Well, then I guess we're out of here.
Thank you for your time.
No problem. I hope once we get our town back, maybe I can see you there at some point.
Yeah.
It's those cultists have something coming for them. Trust me.
I will trust you.
would
They
you
sound like they have it coming.
any chance know the name of their god?
Oh, I think yes, I do actually. I think it's called Nathfer. Yes, Nathfer.
Nathfer?
Yeah, that very. I've seen only the name. I've heard only the name and seen their imagery they make of what he's supposed to look like. It's never pretty. It's mixed mashed of different sized bones and sewn together by tendons. It's really awful.
Alright, well, got an idea of what they do. Well, thank you again for your time. Sorry we troubled you after everything.
It's fine. I enjoy talking to people, so you didn't waste any of my time.
Well, maybe we'll see you around again.
I hope so. As she will kind of go back into her tent, and you'll hear the crashing of something, and she's going, "Oh God!"
She's
it
like,
over again.
she's like doing this, like, I want to help so bad. I want to help so bad, but I'm not. I'm not gonna do it.
My scented candle.
My
my gentle.
various assorted plates.
Why did I bring the china from Goddamn? My finest china.
My finest china.
Okay, well, that was a loss.
Well, you tried.
Yeah, I mean, my friend, he doesn't need anything to do it. I guess some people need stuff or something. I don't know. Oh well.
Yep.
I don't really know what to do now, so
We were gonna go to the library, right?
Yeah.
sure.
I'm surprised you didn't give her a copper piece.
I probably should.
Nope, you don't need to. Not until she does your fortune.
Oh, okay. That's fair enough, yeah.
It's okay.
Now let's go.
To the library.
We are also in need. We need the money.
Immediately stops.
Okay,
To the library.
so you make your way to the library. I'd say now it's around late afternoon, like it's right before dusk. Library's still open. Do you all head on inside?
Yep.
Yeah.
As you head inside, the librarian will wave to you. This isn't a greeting, and what are you doing? Are you looking around for your companions? Are you talking to other people?
Yeah, we're looking for a 6-foot-tall bug and a one-armed man.
Yeah. Who also is
The
6 foot
6 foot
tall.
tall bug is not hard to find in the slightest. The one armed man's a little. He blends in a little better, let's just say, than the 6 foot bug.
At this point, there's like a heap of books by my side, and I'm just like,
He looks kind of mad right now.
Yeah.
How can you tell he doesn't have eyebrows?
That's actually true. Like,
you just see like
It's the man.
The antenna.
one antenna just like
that's twitching.
Like to imagine the antenna's making like an angry eyebrow.
Well, the best thing to do when somebody's angry is to go and talk to them.
That is why we're here.
God, I love your character so much.
Hey, Sharoos.
hello.
You look like you've done so much research, and we are all proud of you for that.
Yep.
I don't know how any other way to say this, but these books are terrible.
You said it.
You said it.
I mean, nothing here is useful.
Is Ardor here still?
I think he's somewhere here still.
Hmm. Well, we got some news. If you want to, like, bring your research over to his table, or just, like, leave it, or
It's gonna leave the books on the fucking
whatever you want to do with them.
That's I'll just get up and go with you. Yeah.
Push the book pile over.
chicken
With the table.
Well, do you actually know where he is? Because we don't.
No.
I
Okay.
just look for the
Just
suspiciously.
look, yeah.
Oh,
Look
no.
for the
I
suspiciously.
don't know what to go find him.
Look
She
for
did
the
not,
suspiciously
find
cloaked
Sharon.
man that
Would
is
you
not
say
wearing
like,
red.
you're, like, trying to hide or just anything like that, or are you just like reading?
No, it's what he said. Just look for the suspiciously cloaked man.
Yeah, look
Okay.
for the
One arm.
suspiciously cloaked man with one arm that
That's
is not
actually
dressed
true.
in
There's
red.
no like it's really you can't really hide the fact that you're missing an arm too
Yeah.
well.
There's
So-
only one. There's only one guy I know off the top of my head that would even wear a hood indoors.
True.
It's true. It might be him. I
Actually, I
I
know a
mean
lot
they
of
probably
guys.
find you pretty
Yeah.
yeah.
Both of
Okay.
you.
But yeah, I mean, looking around for like a minute or two, it's not as like, I guess, just eye catching as our dear friend Sharoos, but you see him. You see Ardor just reading.
I'm gonna sit across from him.
You hear somebody kind of pull up to your table and kind of just pull a chair and just kind of like just sit
Oh.
down.
Take one of the books off his stack.
Hey, Ardor.
You pull off
Close
a
it.
you pull off a book involving the language of the abyssal, and you're just like, I have no idea what it is.
I can't read.
Close it.
I can't read.
Close it. I can't read this. Lightly chuck it.
How can I read this? There are no pictures.
Have there been any pictures in these books?
For the some of them like example schematics, yeah, but like it's smart people pictures.
Yeah.
Like it's not like picture book pictures.
Like diagrams.
Not
yeah,
pop-up.
diagrams, and it's just like I
I'm-
can't.
I'm not really a book guy anyway. So, you find what you're looking for?
No, not at all.
Him too.
That would make two of us.
Well,
Wait,
I was able.
What-
Yes.
would any of those like metallurgy books be like relative to what I was looking for?
You took all the good ones.
I would
Two
say
bug hands.
not really. They're kind of it's kind of in the same field as the other books you've been skimming through, where you're like, okay, I know this. Tell me something I don't know, please. Like like it never really tells you how to like it's more of a diagram of different types of alloys and what they're used for. It doesn't tell you how to make them, or well, it does, but like the list is just like it's a shopping list of instructions, and you're like, I don't have the trade. I don't have the trading list, so it's more of that kind of field.
Never mind. Continue.
I was about to do something very drastic.
Oh, you can. I'm done reading it.
No, I took a glance. It's not what I need.
Okay. No, but regarding our issue with the unknown language, that was scribbled in
She'll take out the journal. and
in the
open it.
journal.
This.
I can only, just based off of the quick sketches that I took of it, I can only kind of structurally match it to deep speech. But even then, when I make like the translation from Common into Elvish, into Dwarvish, into Orc, and then deep speech, it just comes out as gibberish. Like it doesn't actually form a sentence. So while the writing is similar, it's obviously structured in a very different manner.
Did better than I would have done.
You lost me at Elvish.
I know Elvish.
I don't speak any of those languages.
Well, neither do I, but I was just kind of like, you have to do like the whole, write the ABCs out and then write the corresponding, you know.
Good thing they all share an alphabet.
Yeah, for the most part. Some of them have like 2 dots above them called umlauts, and you gotta like, translate those. You know.
Well, we found out that there's these people called the Bloodbriar Acolytes, and they took over a town called Wrathvale, and like a whole bunch of refugees are in the city, like posted up in tents, and oh, we also met the mayor, and he was like, "Oh my goodness, that orb you have is really crazy. I can't hold it because my arms are made of magic. But there's this dude who wears a
Yeah,
red
he
hood."
might be able to get you one.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, we're trying.
You said like 3 things there that like I'd like to talk about.
There's this dude who wears a red hood who likes to come at the library at nighttime. What a coincidence that we are sitting here and it's turning night.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll show up.
So is this
I was
place like
getting hungry.
is this place open like all night or?
No. It closes usually about this time
Oh,
when the sun goes down.
When's that guy supposed to be here?
he comes to the library during the nighttime, whatever that means.
The
Should we just, like-
the librarian won't notice if we stick around.
Well, like, do we just camp the outside of the library?
Eat for a room.
Like I said, I'm hungry.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'll keep watch, I guess. With somebody. Or...
You're all free to do as you wish. I'm going to stick around.
Okay, so we got the stick around twins.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of already bought a room for the night, and not that I'm open to entering and staying and illegally, but like I kind of want my 2 silver back, or I'll just stay the night there and get my money's worth. But I kind of want to see what happens. So
I'm also personally, just me, I'd like to sleep in a bed that's not rocking.
Fair enough.
For, you know, last couple days.
you know
Fair
what?
enough. Well,
You know what? You can have my room.
Oh. Cool. And I'll pull out a couple silver. Here you go. It was 2, wait, you said 2 silver?
So silver.
There you go.
I wasn't even gonna ask, but thank you.
I mean,
It's the first one on the left.
you see me like you could use it.
I can't.
Maybe pay for some reading lessons.
I'll never. I can read, but I'll never say no to free money.
Well, now you're just back to.
I'll never say no to free money.
It was a refund for the inn.
well, you
Take
know
what I
how
can
to
get.
sleep anyway, right?
I do not think I will be sleeping in quite some time after. The last time I fell
Yeah.
asleep, I ended up.
I don't really also need to sleep, but it's preferred, but I really don't have to. So
The innkeeper's a character, by the way.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
My favorite type of innkeeper.
he's out there. He's
You only
in.
caught the tail end of the innkeeper conversation. That was so much fun for me to do.
All right. Well, what are you doing?
I think I'm gonna go back to the inn. I'm at least gonna grab some food or something. I'll maybe come back later in the night. I just need some rest. I can't stay up all night like some people.
Fair enough. Okay.
I'm gonna be snoozing.
Well, that's what we're doing, I guess.
Oh, is the tiefling still the one running the library?
Yeah.
Or someone.
She looks like she's kind of getting ready to go out for the day and
Okay.
close up the library.
Well, if you want to catch her real quick, her name's Lenore,
Noted.
but it looks like she's getting ready to leave.
See, I actually don't want to catch her because I don't.
You don't want to. Yes, I know. Draw attention to yourself.
Yes.
I don't know how to tell you this.
You could have asked her if he. I'll ask her. Tell you what. I'll ask her on the way out if she knows about this red guy, and then I'll stand at the door and I'll make eye contact with you, and you can use your thing. That's how that works, right? That's how you told us how it works.
Yes, I need eye contact.
Okay.
Well, I need to see you.
Yeah.
But we can't speak back to you, right?
Correct.
Oh, we can't speak back to you.
Correct.
Never mind.
Well, I'm gonna wait outside the library anyway for this red hooded guy because we were never told he goes in there. He just passes by. So.
Either way, I will be in.
Okay.
Locks himself in.
All right. So just to clarify, you two are going to the inn.
Mhm.
You as well?
Yeah.
The two of us.
Oh,
He's
you
staying.
He's
I'm
staying.
staying.
Oh, you're staying? Okay.
I bought
I'm breaking and entering without the breaking.
And you're staying.
Mhm.
You're staying too?
I'm staying outside of the library.
You're standing outside. You two are inside.
Are there multiple floors to this place?
Yeah, there's a second floor.
I'm just gonna find a corner somewhere up there
And just camoufage.
and just camouflage and just
I forgot you could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. I honestly forgot you could do that too until I was like, oh wait, he's doing this. Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's so not fair.
Stick bug.
Yeah. And like the cactual. And you're also hiding out, correct? So,
I'm gonna go find a corner.
outside, inside, tavern.
Outside,
Okay.
inside.
Before we do any of that, I'm gonna use the bathroom very quickly. Cool. You guys talk about whatever you want. I totally won't watch it.
Look at his notes.
Ow!
There's nothing there.
He's on Chrome. There's no notes. He's on Google Chrome.
This whole time he's just been quickly writing down the next 5 sentences and then
Fantasy name generator.
Librarian name.
They
Guys.
probably have it.
regardless of the red figure, I'm gonna be staying here overnight. What's one more topic I should look into before that I'll definitely roll above a 10 on the die for?
Well, the problem is, from what he found out, nobody else has ever experienced something like this. There's no written anything or even talks about this random language we found. So it's just we have nothing to go off of besides the fact that we're drawn east, and the only thing of note on the map that's east is
Rathvale.
the tree.
The tree. But
And Rathvale.
conveniently, yes, also
Oh,
Rathvale is
true,
now to
actually.
the east. And apparently there's a bunch of hocus posery.
I mean, you could look up
Being done.
different
the
deities or something,
maybe the history of the
Yeah.
Bloodbriar acolytes.
or any reports on them.
Well, you already
He kind
saw a
of
thing or two about.
Yeah.
Guys, I think this is my first time in the library. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, this is definitely my first time in a library.
It is mediocre.
You've been to
Mediocre?
libraries? I was I've seen better on my home world.
It's back on the planet Jupiter. They had a 10-story library.
So, are you made of fire at all, or?
Oh, I haven't I've only gone into raid once, but that was mini race. She didn't know you guys well, so you gotta wait and see.
But are you like you're not actually made of fire? Like your skin, you have skin and stuff.
I have like skin and stuff.
Okay.
It's just when she
Is this
goes
is this
into
question
Normal
main character?
person.
yeah,
This is-
she's like for the most part very normal looking.
Okay.
Yeah, just not when she gets very, very angry.
Are you made of earth?
No,
Crunch.
not for the most part. The most earth that I get is like I have like veins that of like metal that can spread as I grow.
See, that's hardcore though. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Actually, most of us are closer to water genasi than you'd think.
You guys.
We just need to peel back your skin.
Me?
Like either one of you. It'll turn you into water genasi.
Yeah, I like my skin on me.
I like
Thank
my
you very
skin
much.
washed too.
I keep thinking about him as like a toddler who needs to be watched. I'm just like, please don't get yourself into more trouble.
He
I haven't
does.
done anything bad.
That was the immediate thought.
You're lucky Jack's too nice to mug you.
As you walked off the boat, that was my immediate thought was someone has to watch him.
I was like, all right, no one's gonna go with him. I'll go with him just in case.
You don't even gotta bug me. Just say, give me your money.
Oh
All
my
right,
God.
here's 5 copper.
Yeah, that's the issue.
I'd
That's
go
the
through your
problem.
stuff if I didn't know exactly how much money you have.
I don't even have a bag. I don't own a backpack.
It's all in
Oh
his
my God,
pocket.
two
Go through your
coat pockets.
back of the ass coat pockets.
Oh my
I
god.
was ready for him to
The
scream.
whole-
The code is nice again.
The whole
I'm kidding.
I would go through
I'll
your
still
stuff if I
probably
didn't
check.
know how much you had is wild. Anyway. Where was I? Right. So inside out tavern. Got it. Who do we want to start with first?
I should probably try to hide.
Yeah, I mean you should probably try and hide real quick.
It's just a giant coat walking.
So I would say how does your camouflage feature work exactly?
himself, right?
Yeah, so essentially my right,
Give me a range. 11 to 6.
Oh.
Brother.
Should
And you didn't ask us to like distract her on our way out?
She's talking to him. Does that count?
No, she wasn't talking to
I'm
him.
not talking to
Oh,
him.
he was talking to him. Does
And
that
we
count?
were going to talk. to
In
her.
fact, my objective is not to talk
No,
to
yeah,
him.
it's true.
Yeah, I mean, are you three would be talking, or I guess you would be following them out.
Mhm.
So I guess you three, are you talking to her at all, or talking? To
I-
her at all? No.
I'll just, bring up the question. It's like my friends here brought up that like some guy in a red robe likes to come by the library.
She's gonna kind of just. Oh, God. Yes, he does.
Is he like a criminal?
No, he's not a criminal. He just wants to read, and he likes this library as well as others when there's no one around. I tell him it's closed, and I blink, and he's already reading on the table next to me.
And you just let him read overnight.
Every time I've literally thrown him out the door once, and he appeared behind me and tapped me on the shoulder. There's not much I can do. I've tried everything, so I just kind of accept it at this point.
Mm.
But he doesn't do any harm, and he always returns the books. So
Well, that's a good thing.
at the end of the day, he's just
Now I need to be
weird.
inside this place.
Yeah.
So my
What did you think?
My
that
friend
you
had-
should know?
learned that
No.
he might come by.
Just unlock the door from the inside. for
Thank you
him.
for the heads up. I appreciate it.
Hmm.
Now she's gonna be extra
I
vigilant.
know.
You made this worse.
Too bad.
Good luck.
He's evil.
Actually, it's following the law.
Oh my god.
He has
Um,
contraband in that bag of holding. I know it.
Well, look at it this way. She's gonna be so preoccupied trying to throw him out that she's not gonna care about you guys.
In addition to the red hooded man, there's a bug and a guy.
There's a bug
Oh,
in it.
Normal,
guy.
that's a normal dude. Get out of my shop. Get out of my library.
Oh my god.
Well, thanks for letting us be in here for a while.
Yes, you're quite welcome. Its library's always open during the day, but some people don't get that, I suppose.
I got a 7 on my stealth. That was a 2 on the die.
Oh,
You want me to also run the?
yeah, you get advantage with your cloak, right? So yeah, run that up.
Can
real
you
quick.
get advantage because we were talking to her?
Good thing you had advantage.
Yeah, I'll let it
The
happen.
DM is merciful.
I will be merciful for I will have to not be
Also
later.
a 2.
3.
Oh no, that's a total of 16.
Okay, much better.
17.
Much better. Okay. So
Both fine.
yeah, I would say with that, you find a nice little like kind of I guess back area. You kind of like sneak behind the counter, honestly, into like the back area, where like you find like these weird, like, just a bunch of newspapers, just kind of neatly ordered, and you're just like,
Oh, a blanket.
and you just blend into like a wall where there's no bookcases. That's that. But throughout the night, you kind of hear her, sorting everything out. She kind of goes to one of the shelves and kind of like scratches her head a little bit, like this one was here. And she'll shake her head and just I'll find it later. I'll find it later. And as she kind of just sits at the desk again, thinks for a moment, and says, "I'm not waiting again. This is just I'm going home." she pulls out keys, opens the door, walks out, and locks it. And you are left in a empty library. No candles, no lights. It's very dark in here for those who do not have dark vision.
Do you, Darwin?
I have dark vision.
You don't have dark vision.
I don't have dark
I'll stay
vision.
by her when she walks by because I'm camping right next to the library door.
Like just
Have a good one.
stationary, just standing there.
Yeah, I don't want to sit down and dirty my coat, so I'm just gonna stand there.
Didn't I just see you?
Good night to you as well. Did you forget something in the library?
No,
No, I'm just waiting for it to open tomorrow.
I'm actually just standing here. Have a good one.
Why?
Nice.
You're not waiting to see him, are you? All right, we back?
Let him get in his seat.
I know. I'm just saying. Is it on? Are we on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me look at videos of dogs.
Third time's the charm.
Those hard drives don't work like they used to.
No, I
They
guess
did not put
not.
in the work.
I
Dang
guess
darn
not.
If only we had an
technology.
SSD.
It is an SSD.
Pain. But yeah. You sit in your Ardor at all?
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit across from it.
Yes. Sit across. Takes about I want to say 10-15 minutes to make what you're making, make what you're having, and then he'll kind of come back out. Not as fast because he's carrying two things, but still pretty fast to the point where like he almost like trips at one point, but then he like completely steadies himself really quickly, and then just continues walking over. He's like puts down in front of you a nicely warm colored stew, and he puts down in front of you some venison with a side of potatoes.
Looks delicious.
Oh, before I forget, it's gonna hand you your change too.
Okay, she's gonna hand back two for the room as well.
For the room too? Yeah, sure, I can get that for you.
I
I'll
would
be right back with the key.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep, and you got your room already from well, that's big.
Normal guy.
Did I ask him his name? I can't remember. I think I
I
asked
think
him.
it begins with an E. Something normal, like Eddie.
Ooh, that sounds pretty normal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him Eddie next time I see him. See if I'm right. maybe it'll be right. You know, maybe it'll be lucky. Anyway, I'll get you your key real quick, and I'll be right back. And I'll just zip off again.
Did you just trick that guy into believing that our buddy's name is Eddie?
A little bit.
Oh, Ezekiel's gonna be
Yeah, from like the back, you'll hear Eddie sounds like so normal. How did I not think of that?
normal human name.
Yeah, normal name for a normal guy.
I am.
You're gonna come back and he's like, "Oi, Eddie, you want to go to the room?"
You. Human.
Huge man.
Very human design.
But yeah, for you, I imagine it's actually pretty good for you, as the Arovian are not known for their culinary genius with the whole dead land around them.
Maybe
So-
it's just British.
Oi! How'd you figure that out so early?
Gooey.
Still evil.
Beans and toast, yeah.
Some buttered bread.
Anyway, but yeah, and yours is also very nice.
Which is
Venison's-
Australian.
yours is also very nice. The venison's cooked relatively, sort of in a more on the. I don't know how steak charts work.
Medium rare.
Medium rare.
Is-
It's
Red
there's
is medium
pink.
rare.
A little less
Venison,
pink.
Medium.
Medium, I think so.
Yeah, because red is
Red is
rare.
like rare.
Rare.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
cook on the outside.
Mhm.
Rare's like you
Medium
just
rare
got
is
it
like
off the cow.
Rare,
pink.
yeah, like rare's still.
No, that would be blue.
Yeah.
Blue.
Blue means you only char the outside. There's no cooked at all. It's just slightly colored. That's it.
That's disgusting.
It's still mooing.
It literally
It's
is
raw.
is
raw.
British.
It almost is raw, like straight
I
up.
can't imagine.
It's not even warm on the inside most of the time.
Ugh, I can't imagine that. But you enjoy your meals, and he comes back with your key, hands it to you, runs back over, and continues cleaning the table he was doing. Assuming you don't want anything else.
She's just eating, and then she looks at the potatoes, and she's gonna be like carefully trying to wrap them in a cloth and tie them up because she said, "I'll bring back food later" to him. So she's like, after I get done eating, I'm gonna give him this food.
Right. Okay. But with that, I'm guessing you're both good. So
Yeah.
Alright. We'll
Yeah.
move on to. What were you saying?
Oh, I was going to say, like, he just retires to his room.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Probably same with you.
No, she's gonna begin the trek back to him.
Oh,
Drop
right.
it off, and then go to bed. That's it. That's all she
Mhm.
wants to do. It's like, I just want to go to
Okay,
bed after this.
So on to library squad. So, you. I'll start with Rue first. You're kind of just like, are you just stationary outside, just
Yeah.
staring forward?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I'm looking around to make sure I don't miss him, but
Charuz, are you in here?
After I spy you. Yeah.
I can't see anything, but there is a distinct 7-foot figure standing in front of one of the windows.
You are absolutely standing in front of one of the windows.
What a mystery that is.
Is he just gonna wait there?
I don't know.
We'll give it like 15 minutes and then we'll let him in.
Yes.
Rue, please make me a perception check.
His brain notes.
15.
15. Okay.
Can't see us.
I have dark vision too.
You have dark vision too? Very well.
Dark vision.
Okay, so you kind of like are just standing there waiting to hear this guy, and then you would kind of notice as just there's the birds chirping in the night and crickets and all that, and you just notice as it
Birds.
all
Sorry.
you would notice as that all just stops, like the sound just stops. And you're kind of like, and that's when, as soon as you do, you kind of like turn around and you see the door behind you closing.
Put my hand out to stop it.
Like, yeah, you put your hand out to stop it. You like jam your hand in the door. Okay, so you just throw your arm out and jam your hand into this like wooden door. It is a double door, so it's like on the other door, and your hand is just stuck in there. Doesn't feel great. But like you still don't like quite hear anything. And as you go to like yell, no sound comes out.
It was like one of those Tom and Jerry moments when he slams his finger and the whole hand starts going around.
As this is happening, I would say, where are you both right now? Where in the library? Are you by the front area? Would you be still in the back with your newspaper blanket? would you be still on wherever you are with the books?
I was probably gonna. Has it been a little bit?
It's been about 30 minutes.
Was there a front desk?
Yes.
Oh, I guess I'd blindly make my way towards where I think the front is, and like
You kinda-
start rummaging through.
You kind of
front desk
stumble
drawers.
around a little bit, feeling the sides of the walls, occasionally bumping into something, and just kind of like, oh shit. But you do, as you kind of like round the corner, you do see the glow of like the moonlight from the outside, from the doorway. That's currently stuck with something jammed inside of it. As you see, sort of like a shimmering kind of like effect by the front door, kind of like just going back and forth like this, as it kind of like wrapping around the door.
I open it.
That's weird.
As you try and open it, something is trying to shut it. So it's like he's like, oh, God. And then you see this, right? And do you walk closer?
I'm just sort of rummaging through the desk and staring at this.
Yeah, it's just so strange.
Is there a window on this door?
No.
Oh.
So like you see like
I'm watching this go down and just like
it's the only source of light,
all
though,
I
so
can-
you're like kind of like blessing. Small
that kind
blessings.
of looks like a hand getting slammed on the
People-
door.
To be
Can't
fair,
quite
you
tell
do
when it's
notice that the
lighting.
7-foot figure is no longer in the window.
Our idiot with his hand in the door.
Where are you right now?
My
I was probably. I assume there's a back room.
That was the room that he was in with the newspapers, honestly.
Yeah.
So you're just in there, and you see a bunch of like newspapers with different dates, dating back to honestly before you were even like here. So it's a pretty extensive collection.
all strewn out in a bed.
And then there's some like there's like really evenly sorted ones, and then there's like a bunch of strewn out ones just on the floor. Some of them a little bit crumpled, but yeah, I mean, you think that's a little odd, but it vaguely resembles like almost a mattress.
I just wanted to sort through them to kind of see if I can get a wartime history by highlights.
I mean, yeah, you definitely could. Let me see. No, you wouldn't. Okay. You can definitely get a highlight from back when it first started and how all the newspapers were like, just, you know, it's like the end of the world sort of thing because the most powerful nation in the world is just on a warpath down, or attempting to march a warpath just down the, what you would know as the dead zone, the Jaxthar dead zone, I believe.
Yeah.
And in spite of all of that, that was really only as far as they got. You know, over the course of the 10 years, it was literally just they were just throwing bodies at each other. There were some points where the line was almost broken through, and there were some points where the coalition almost broke through the Barovian line, but just never went anywhere. Eventually you see the newspapers getting less and less like glorified, and as if it almost became a sort of like every other day there was just like writing about it became stale, so the newspapers started to focus on it less and less because everyone was like, oh well, same old, nothing ever going to happen there, and we're just wasting our time. Until eventually you do find a newspaper that would have in big bold letters ceasefire signed between coalition and the Barovian Empire. You had a pretty decently comprehensive history, though. I mean, but it really didn't go anywhere more than where, you know, that dead zone that is just destroyed.
At any point during this, do I notice that like the whole door thing's happening?
Meanwhile,
No sound is coming from it, so that's out of the table. If you want to like roll perception, I guess, if you are interested in trying to find it, or if you think you're just head nose deep in the newspapers.
I'll be completely honest. The Red Hood guy is a complete afterthought to me. Like, I'll be like, if he's here, but 17.
With that, you do notice the shaking of like, or the very like very brief flashes of moonlight just kind of going in and out of like view. You're kind of like, what is that? And you kind of like round the corner and you see Ezekiel kind of just rummaging through stuff on here and just kind of giving the door an odd glance, and you see the scene happening at the door, which you can see clearly. There is very much a hand just jammed in that doorway and a very shimmering kind of essence trying to like close the door and push the hand out, but that hand is not moving.
Are you seeing this?
Yeah.
I think that's I think that's.
You do also notice that the shadow is gone from the window.
I think that.
Can I like peek into the crack of the door, like with my hand stuck in?
You can, and you see like a shimmering kind of force and what you think are two figures at the front desk, though you can safely assume that it's Sharuz and Ezekiel, but the shimmering makes it really hard to make out details. It's almost like it's like you're trying to look through like warped glass. Almost.
But I can still like see the floor of the other side.
Mhm.
I think that's Eridu.
My hands that's stuck in the door will just start like just exuding steam, and I'll just like burst into a cloud of smoke and just poof in on the other side of the door.
Very well.
Yeah.
The door will slam shut to you with no sound. As Rune teleports in front of you and starts yelling his head off.
Stop.
Stop! I'm gonna cry.
Sure. Stop making noise.
You'll see the shimmering in front of the door kind of like push against the door and it will slam shut, but no sound.
I would have just let you in.
That hurts so bad.
Yeah, your
What was
hand
all
was
that
in there
magic
for a good
stuff?
like.
The door opened behind me, and I was like, "Oh, my friends who appreciate me saw me waiting outside and went to let me in." And then I went to open the door, and it slammed on my hand. And then I tried to scream, but nothing happened.
That wasn't me.
It also was not me.
Well, it wasn't me either.
You look back to the shimmering at the doorway as throughout the shimmering will gradually come more and more into focus before it reveals a kind of like a hooded figure. You can't really make it out. It's like a silhouette to you. When like for you, it's a hooded figure of some kind of muted color. Your dark vision doesn't really let you see the color, but
Well, I'm looking at them, so I don't even see the.
okay, so you don't see that. But I'm assuming if Ezekiel's here, you're looking past him, you kind of see that appear.
All I can see
I
is.
really hope that this red hooded figure comes in the night, though.
you grab
I mean-
Rue and just
I can't even. Dude,
It's dark.
yeah, it's dark.
yeah.
in
I
here.
guess you're the only one that sees that then.
Yeah, that's great. That's great, Eridu.
Look behind you.
You will see a hooded figure kind of fish out a necklace from his under his robe and kind of twist it and push it inward as
Is he here?
hey, he'll twist it and
Yeah,
push
can't see
inward
anything.
as
Yep.
you hear a voice
Established.
from the hooded figure. My good man, when your hand is trapped in a door, I advise you try and remove it.
I did try to remove it, but the
You were
door
trying,
was
no,
slammed
my
on
goodness, yeah, you
hand.
were trying to open the door, and I was trying to close it.
Is that him talking?
Yes.
Also, you're gonna have to come back when library hours are open. It's currently closed. She locked up for the night.
Yes, I noticed that. I do not care.
Oh,
I
that's
wanted
Me
to
too.
read here in peace, but apparently
Third this opinion.
some others have decided to grace me with their presence, which I am both humbled and annoyed, as this is my reading hour.
So, do you know anything about magic?
Do I know anything? Do you?
Well,
You don't
you
actually.
obviously must.
You don't actually know who I am. No one knows who I am. They only know the hood, and I suppose that is my calling card at this point. But yes, I know a fair amount about magic.
Is he sporting a red hood?
Yes, can't see anything underneath the hood though.
Well, actually, Gore told us that we should come and see you to figure out some answers to a strange problem we've been running into.
Strange problem. Does it involve you shoving your hand into places they shouldn't be?
No, I don't think I've done that.
I've done that.
Interesting. And you've learned your lesson, have you not? Well, eventually you will. I just hope it comes before your hand is removed. I'm not threatening to do that.
Say it. Don't say it.
I know a guy like that.
Oh, that's where you're going with that.
God. Over in the inn, Ardor sneezes. Just talking about me, and I don't like it.
Why is my non-existent arm tingling?
Anyway, but you. I'm reading on with questions. You're lucky you're asking me questions, because I enjoy answering questions, because I know things, and people don't appreciate how much I actually know. I feel like. Do you feel it? I think he feels me, right?
He doesn't know a lot, so he'll ask you a lot of questions.
Oh, those are the best kind, because you'll never know if I'm telling the truth or not. So, what do you want to know?
Bro's about to get gaslighted.
Me to him. Have fun. I'm going to go look for some other books.
Ah, another reader. Very well. I will not stop you. He's one of the first people to seem not bothered by your appearance at all.
Nice.
Assuming he can see you, which the hood kind of turned to you when you talked, so you can assume he can.
I'm gonna go back to bumping into things.
Oh, snap! And I can't even produce any light at all for you. I'm really sorry about that.
It's okay. Wait a second. I've got this tinderbox.
Can you tell me you didn't take that all-important warlock spell, Dark Vision?
Burned.
I don't even have access to level 2 spells yet, bro.
That's true. He does not have access to level 2 spells.
With my little match, I'm gonna go back to rummaging
Forgot how
through
the
this
level play
front
works.
desk.
As you rummage to the front desk, he's gonna yell over to you. Have fun burning the midnight oil, friend. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Oh,
Don't burn down the library.
well,
Cheers.
my one other friend told everything we've been through, so I guess it's safe for me to tell people. And I'll give him the whole rundown of like, yeah, we fell asleep and we woke up in a dream world full of stars, and we went to a tower, we got probed in the eye, and we got this orb, and then we came out. We have no idea what to do because we lost a year and a week of our life, and we just came here from Loam, and we don't know what to do, and we feel a pull towards the east.
That is quite the story indeed. One that I've never heard before.
You told him?
You didn't stop me. You just heard me tell that story. You could have said no, stop at any point.
I was distracted.
Okay.
Yeah, but I found it funny.
I've been trying to light
And
the match
here's
for like
the
5
orb
minutes.
we got.
Burned like 3 minutes.
Oh, let us see that real quick. My good man.
No. Are you gonna steal it?
If I wanted to steal it, it would be gone already, and you wouldn't know it was even gone.
That's true.
Okay.
He's not
You said
lying.
it's true. There you go.
So yeah,
I
one
get
of the
that. I get
probe
that.
things will kind of wrap
I get
around the
that
pearl to
vibe
pull
from
them.
him.
You're just
Brings
gonna
it up to the
gaslight
phone,
him into
like-
believing certain things, you know.
That's not entirely true. I have seen things similar to it. It's sort of an anti-magic, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I already knew that.
So you have experimented with it in a way. Things like this are usually created when beings not of our realms die, so to speak.
That makes sense.
Which
Yeah, actually, that makes a
aligns
lot
with
of
your
sense.
story of that creature that you fought and, I guess, killed, if it dropped this in its remains.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I have seen other things similar to it, but how do I explain this? Do you know languages at all?
Yeah.
Like, just know how languages work?
Yes.
Imagine
Jake, you should have been here.
he'll pull out, like, another thing from his pocket. Just give me a moment. As he fishes open his pocket and he pulls out, like,
Or he can try to
a
translate
sword
it.
real quick. He's like, oh, no, that's not it.
What was it?
He pulls out a big glowing sword and he's like, oh, no, goes back in,
That's
fishes
very
around.
Now he's
a
just
bit
flexing
more.
on us now. Now he's flexing on me.
No, I actually forget where I store things. It could be in this pocket. It could be in this one. I actually don't.
Was that a giant sword? I
Yes.
can't see anything.
Yes, it was. It was glowing too.
That's how I saw it.
I'm not selling it though.
Are we
Don't-
fighting?
Don't,
What's
no,
going
no,
on?
I don't want to fight, and you definitely don't want to fight me. Trust me,
know.
I will defend myself. I'd rather not try and harm you, but if you try and harm me,
Man, I just
I
want-
believe in self-defense. It's a very important thing.
You drew the sword.
I did not mean to draw the sword.
Well, what did you mean to get?
That's a good point. I should get back to that. I'll go fishing through the pocket again. I see it brings
An
out
even larger
like this
sword.
glowing, like orange, bright orange orb. This is dropped from an elemental, fire orb, specifically. So they leave this sort of like energy behind that you can condense and use in spells or other things. I use, I mean, for even mundane uses, you can even use it as a candle if you're like just rolling in it. But this, I don't know any uses for this. As I hold it myself, I find it kind of reacting with the magic items I have on my person, sort of not draining them, but weakening them, if that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah,
The
that
further away I
actually-
move the pearl, the more I'm going to call this a pearl because that's kind of what it looks like, a pearl. The further away I move it, the more the effects, the less dozen of the effects, and the closer I move it, the effects greater. But
I guess that makes sense because I don't really feel it much at all. I'm not that magical. So.
I'm not sure. You could probably, if you studied it, figure out a use for it.
Oh, yeah. I'll give my.
Do you have anyone? Are any of you here of the arcane persuasion, or
No,
One of our
just
friends
perhaps
are.
a reader?
no.
One of our friends.
One of your friends. Okay. I really,
should-
if none of you even remotely read at all, or are not of that,
I've never read a book in my life.
We shouldn't have
you really
switched
should.
rooms.
Do you know how to read?
We shouldn't have switched rooms. You were meant to be
I
here.
can read a little bit.
You should try to learn a little bit more. Books are amazing, I'll tell you. They tell the most wonderful things to you, and sometimes they're just straight up lying, and you'll never really know. It's great.
Yeah, I like eating.
That feels
so-
like foreshadowing. Yeah,
Um,
I prefer the action of real life.
I mean, to each their own. But yes, I'll hand the pearl back to you. I suggest you study that a little bit, as it can definitely be useful if it's similar to the pearl I showed you earlier. As for how you can use it, I'm afraid that's something you'll have to find on your own. I wouldn't dream of taking it off of you, because while I do see the power in it, there's something else there that's not... It doesn't agree with me.
Oh, okay.
It's because you're magic.
Well, yes and no, but beyond that, I get a sort of dread when holding it. If that makes sense.
So can we find out your name?
You could just call me Red.
Okay.
I find it to be easy to remember.
Okay. I mean, I still remember it, so I guess it is.
See? It's working already. What's my name?
To go back a few steps. Reading what exactly?
To study the orb.
You said, does anybody here read?
Oh, I mean, are you intelligent? Really?
Oh, yeah.
I would say I'm okay with those sorts of things.
Very well then. Even if you're not arcanely innate, you still might be able to interact with it somehow. I just advise caution, as you never know what it will do, or how it will affect your body.
Oh, good thing I didn't eat it. I thought about it.
I don't even want to know what You know what? I am curious what would have happened if you ate it, but I probably wouldn't have been able to see you because you would have A, probably died a horrible, painful death, or B, I actually don't know. It's too much to ask of you to eat it, is it?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
really
it
want
is.
to
No,
anymore.
it
Because
is.
I was gonna
Yes.
die. I didn't really want to.
Even if you
Yeah,
said no, yes.
Yeah, it's such a shame. I would love to research more. If you find any more and I see you again, maybe, just maybe, you could give me one and I could like test on it. But that's only if you find another one. I feel you're not willing to
It's
talk
the
about it.
first guy that we met that I don't really like that much.
Really.
That's ironic.
First of
See,
all,
what I was thinking is that we could weaponize it by throwing it at magic people, and then they don't have any more magic.
Yeah.
That's a funny thought.
Like an anti-magic dart.
you can slingshot it at people from across
Yeah, like
the
a
battlefield.
sling with that thing.
Whoa, anti-magic be a plan.
But yes, is there anything else you wanted to know? Oh wait, I didn't really explain to you about like your whole dream thing. I only really talked about the orb. I get off track sometimes. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Can you read fortunes?
How much you willing to bet?
I have 5 copper.
I'll
He
get back
doesn't-
to you on that one.
He doesn't need it.
But in other words, you said you were sort of gathered in a dreamlike area.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a space desert.
Yeah. Like a space desert.
Doesn't sound like the Astra's plane.
Weird cities, big tower that was alive.
We got death waved.
Yes. Yellow death wave. Makes us want to go east.
Makes you want to go east. You still have that feeling now.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the best I can give you, I think, is something wants you to go east. I'm not sure what it is, but it's definitely not a god. That's for sure.
Why not?
Why not?
Oh, because they are much more roundabout things of doing. Like I've done things with gods before. They're very roundabout with how they do things. They never want to cut to the chase. Whatever is guiding you to the east wants you there as soon as possible, and is telling you for almost. Have you been forced at all? Have you felt like, other than a compelling to go east, have you felt like something bad would happen if you didn't?
No, but we were on autopilot for a year.
That is true.
Yeah, we all woke
Perhaps whatever harmed you. I imagine a pointed needle to the eye would hurt. Although I don't know if it did. Did it hurt?
We don't remember. I don't remember anything about.
I don't know, DM. Did it hurt?
You wouldn't have. I mean, like, you would have saw the needle come for your eye,
Yeah.
and that's when everything just cut out.
I don't know.
So you wouldn't remember like any sort of pain, but you would remember feeling like, oh god, that's going in my eye.
Yeah.
Not a pleasant feeling, but
It probably hurt.
oh, I imagine. I haven't had to worry about that in a very long time, but
Why do you say that?
because I'm not really fleshy. I kind of just am like this.
I couldn't.
It's so much more convenient. I don't really need to eat in the like.
Dude, you're
Physical
missing
sense.
out. You're missing out.
Well, I can just flavor the things I do eat. It's not bad.
So are you gonna fight in the retaking of Breathvale?
The what? Sorry, run that back.
The Bloodbriar
The blood-
acolytes took over Rathvale, kicked all the people out of the city.
Oh, is that what all the tents are about?
No, the circus isn't down.
If they were, I would know, and trust me,
We should
would.
go.
You are
it.
the circus.
He's gonna snap like under his robe, and your nose will start glowing red.
Oh.
You can see now, but you have a giant glowing nose. A blessing
Give me
and a
that
curse.
Give me that orb.
Guys, wait, we're escalating. Don't escalate, guys. Violence is not the answer to stuff.
I wasn't being violent. He called me a clown, so I made him a clown.
Give me the orb.
I'm getting scared.
Oh, watch this. He'll snap his fingers again, and the horn will. The nose will honk.
To completely change the topic,
Yes.
have you ever seen a weapon like this one and show off my firearm?
Ooh, I have actually. You're from. Ah, I know what you are now. I thought you looked familiar. Yes, I've seen your kind before. Unfortunately, I'm no engineer.
How long ago did you see my people?
You see, time kind of gets weird in the astral, as you probably know.
I would know.
I haven't seen your people here before, if that's what you're asking. I've seen your people other places, just not here.
But do you know anything specific about the weapon itself?
Let me see. Kind of hand him the rifle as his two cloaked kind of like arms kind of like hold it, and he kind of glances over it. He kind of holds it upside down and shakes it a little bit as it rattles. Yes, it does seem like things are where they shouldn't be.
Correct.
I see your issue. It's not great. No. He kind of hands it back to you. I don't really know too much about the intricacies. This is more. I was never really the technical type. I'm not the hands-on kind of. I'm more like the immaterial, if that makes sense. And you didn't find anything in this library about it?
No, I found that most of these books are very terrible.
You know, come to think of it, I haven't found anything new in this library. Everything I've read, I'm pretty sure I've gone over this whole collection at least 3 or 4 times.
You would think I would
It's
find
low.
something new here because I'm, not around this place ever.
No, yes, that's what I was thinking too. Like, I figured you would, but it's like, I guess you're just ahead of the game. If that makes sense.
Truly a terrible time to be.
I wouldn't say terrible, just out of your element, I think is a more appropriate thing. But, do you have anyone of a technological persuasion that you know? Other than yourself, you seem like you're struggling.
There might be. I really can't say for sure.
You know, I have found that having another perspective on things really helps when you're trying to fix something. Until they annoy me, and then I tell them to go away. But for the time that they aren't annoying me, I've actually found it to be helpful. So maybe show it to him at some point, and him or her, I don't know. You probably travel with some weird people, knowing you. Knowing that.
What is weird about? What's weird about him?
You know, that brings up a fair point. I suppose weird is subjective. I'm probably very weird to all of you. Are I not?
I'm actively trying to
Probably the second
pry this
weirdest
brown
thing.
nose off of my face.
Probably the second weirdest thing.
He's
I've
no
seen in
longer
recent
roguishly
times.
Wait, I'll touch you with the
He's a
anti-magic
clown.
orb on the nose.
That's what I was asking
I
for.
thought you wanted to throw it at him.
Well, yeah, but
As you bring up the orb to his nose, the light goes dim, and then you kind of like poke him in the nose, and just see.
thank you.
And
Give me that orb.
Okay.
Don't throw it.
This is insurance. No more funny business.
Okay, then don't say funny things to me. I won't make funny business if you don't start the funny business.
All right.
This guy gets out lunch.
You don't get out much.
That is not related to what I said at all.
Pot calling the kettle black, man. What the hell? Never mind.
Second weirdest thing I've seen in the last technical week.
I imagine it was very weird, that engagement. But there are other libraries, eventually, that you could explore, whether they be in this province or otherwise. But I have a feeling that if you want answers, you're going to have to go eastward. Whether or not that you want the answer, whether or not the answers you want or not, is not for me to say.
I've been hearing that a lot lately. And by lately, I mean the last 24 hours.
Whatever wants you to go eastward, wants you to go eastward. And it's not a god. Could it? No.
What do you mean? Never mind. What does that mean? What do you mean? No, never mind. Not that.
It's nothing. It's I was thinking of times long gone, and that's not the case anymore.
Well, this has been very enlightening.
No, it hasn't. We didn't learn anything. All we know is the orb's anti-magic. We already knew that. All we know
we
is
learned that we should go eastward.
We already knew that. This guy who's supposed to be smart isn't really that smart. And for a guy who doesn't want to talk to people, all he does is yap his mouth off.
You were warned about that.
Give him a clown nose.
Shit, I really should. Why don't you try talking it out with your friend?
He's not here right now.
No, he is. He's right next to you.
Oh, you mean this one?
No, not him. He's gonna like float over next to you. He's right here. He's pointing at nothing. You can't see him.
What's he pointing at?
There's
I can't see anything.
Can you give him the clown nose back?
He hasn't done anything wrong. Yeah.
Can you give me the clown nose so he can see? He can't see.
Are you asking?
Oh, regardless, there's nothing here.
You asking for the clown nose?
No, I'm not asking for the clown nose.
I can give you the clown nose if you're asking for the
Could you
clown nose.
describe
sorry.
what that thing
What is the
looks
thing you're
like?
seeing?
Ooh, he is. It? He? She? I don't know. Whatever it is, it's quite rude. It's got these. It's kind of like waving, kind of like I was, but like in a different sense. And it's got these two really piercing yellow eyes. Kind of like what you described, actually.
I don't get it.
Followed.
Yeah, I'm not going to repeat what he's saying, or what it's saying.
No,
it kind of sounds
can you
masculine.
repeat it?
No, there's too much profanity. I refuse. I'm not a very. I will not. I will
Hold
not.
on a second.
I
I
will
wanna
not
know-
sully
You
my
have an
mouth with such words.
invisible friend that curses too much.
Well, it's like, it's our good group. Like, we're being followed by the yellow people that poked us in the eye.
I mean, that's possible.
Can you make him go away?
Can you make him go away?
I can try.
Did it work?
No, he's just really pissed off now.
Well, I'm gonna move away because that's really scary that he's sitting next to me. So
Okay. Yeah, he's here.
what the heck, dude? Wait, so it's been here. Wait a second. That throws like a whole big like wrench into everything. So that thing has been here the whole time, and you're now just mentioning it.
I thought you could see it.
Can you
No.
tell us what it looks like besides a shimmering thing?
That's all it looks like. Two eyes, and it's really shimmery, and it can't keep a form. Like it goes vaguely humanoid, and then it just kind of.
I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep.
To be honest, it's only been following you around, really.
Me?
Yeah, you. So I thought you knew it was there.
Rick's got a new best friend.
Even though he has the orb right now.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with it.
Oh my gosh.
Why don't you, like, wave the orb at it?
Oh, great idea.
It's just. Oh wow! I guess you really can't interact. You're going like right through him.
Did it work?
Apparently not. Yeah, I mean, you can hear him too. He's standing next.
Well, maybe you could suddenly see it.
He's got a new creepy best friend.
Wait, this is actually concerning
Absolutely
though.
terrifying.
So we're being stalked by
He.
something.
Well, just he is.
Well, I guess it
Oh.
kind of.
Oh.
Oh, the computer shut off.
Yeah, it went to sleep.
So you're being
Well-
stalked by something.
Well, can you ask, like, why?
I guess. Why? Are you following your friend here? Mm-hmm. More profanity.
This seems like something I should write down.
Great.
A pile of glitter that only speaks in profanities. Oh.
We are getting more questions.
He's gonna kind of like listen over there, and he's gonna kind of just keep looking in the spot where he says the creature is, and he's gonna go, "Oh, that's what you want."
Is he bullshitting us?
Yeah,
He's
it's
been-
like, wait,
Is he?
this guy's known to lie. Why didn't we do this earlier?
Is he bullshitting us?
I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's not bullshitting us.
He was warned that he would give roundabout answers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
4.
Inside check
It's so hard to tell this fucker.
13.
What What'd you get?
6. He's probably telling the truth.
Yeah, the two of you can't tell. You get the feeling that there are some things he has genuinely been roundabout about for the sake of being what he deems funny. But you get the feeling with whatever he's talking about in this moment is not roundabout at all.
I got lost in what he was saying about
Which is as soon as he asked the
6 points ago.
as soon as which what he's talking about right now was he asked the creature what it was, and he went, "So you are that,
What does that mean?
my friend? I believe I must be going. Good day." He's going to. You can hear the panic in his voice.
That makes me feel even worse.
Yep.
Do you guys want to go back to the inn?
I guess. What just happened?
I am going to read here for the rest of the night.
I'm going back to the inn. I don't feel safe here.
I'll follow you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Should we like come back and get you?
I'll leave in the morning.
Okay. Happy reading.
As you go to like leave, the door is locked. You do.
Are you kidding me?
Do you need me to crack that open?
I was just gonna open the window.
You could. It'd be a tightish fit, but you can get through. You're not so sure about your.
I'll close
I-
it behind you.
I appreciate the assistance.
I'll just close the window behind you.
All
and we
right,
can
thank you.
leave
I
it
need
at
to
that.
maintain my independence.
to maintain my independence. Yeah, you rather somewhat gracefully make your way out the window and just close it behind you.
I can't fit out that window, can I?
You're probably gonna have a difficult time fitting out the window. You could try.
You're not wide, are you?
You're not wide.
I'm big,
Lanky.
He's just big.
but
You could try.
You just
I'll
gotta
just-
work. You just gotta work together and feed his head through first to him.
I just walk
I'll
into
catch
the wall,
him.
and as I walk in, I just steam and unsteam on the other side of it.
Okay, there's your set. That works. You just look out the window. I want to go there. Go there.
Are you sure you're not magical?
Genuinely, I'm not magical. I'm not even like.
You sure you're not an air genasi?
I know you're lying to me.
I'm not.
Roll insight.
What was all that steam?
That's just like a technique, not magic.
A technique
Yes, it's a technique, not magic.
from what?
Jack, let it be known.
Closing the door. What are you doing?
Closing the window and just walking away.
Oh, you're leaving too.
No, I'm
He
still
closed
in
the window for us.
Oh, okay. And you're staying in the read. Okay.
Come on, let's go to the inn.
Crack a ration open while
Yeah.
I'm sitting here.
Okay. You two make your way back to the inn.
I'll buy you a room. It's fine.
I mean, I still got 5 copper left.
That's not enough.
All right.
That's even worse. For me.
It's the immediate. Okay. Sure.
It's-
I was like
I know you-
waiting for them.
I know you need
Like-
this.
Oh, were you waiting outside the
I was like,
library?
I was literally like walking to the library, saw no one, and I went, I'll wait back at the inn.
Okay.
So I sat at the inn, just doing like the, don't
You
get
went
him
to bed,
killed,
though,
don't get him
right?
killed, don't get him killed.
You went to bed, right?
No,
Or you're in
I'm.
your room.
I'm actually going through that book that I stole.
Mm.
What do you mean stole?
You mean
stole?
It's borrowed.
I borrowed without permission.
I'll return later.
Are there schematic, like not schematics, but like drawings in this book of the technology encountered?
Remind me, you took a book that was detailing.
It was coalition
coalition
re-
like recall-
encountered
Yeah.
with Arovian technology.
And it was specifically a more infantry-based encounter.
Yeah.
Okay. So you would see suits of armor and other sort of like augmentations, not necessarily. You wouldn't see what I think you're looking for, though. if that makes sense.
No, I see exactly what I'm looking for. I will.
Oh, okay.
I will sketch. I'll make sketches and notes of the armors, the augmentations, in my pile of notes, and then, go through the entire book doing that. Unlike all the other books where he kind of like really hastily kind of gets through the point of it, he takes his time with this one. And then he closes it, puts it back in his bag.
I would say with your trained eye, like these aren't really schematics so much as they are drawing.
Yeah, there's
diagrams.
drawings. Yeah,
but I would say with your trained eye, you're able to like, okay, I can see what they were going for here.
yeah.
So yeah, I would say you get what you need from that book.
And then he'll close it. I don't know how long that would take him. Not at a blistering pace.
Like a lot of the counts. Are you specifically looking for like the diagrams?
Not totally, but mostly.
I would say if you're mostly looking for the diagrams, it would actually be a relatively quick thing since you're like not really listening to the deep, like the nitty gritty.
He'll like
accounts.
He'll read a couple of like the really gruesome accounts.
Well, the ones where only one person came back and all that. Yeah, just the messy, the real bad stuff.
Giggling over the murder.
Ignore it. But yeah, you look through that no problem, and find what you need.
Yeah, and like, would that have taken the rest of his evening to do that?
I would say so, since it's already pretty late at night. Since the bookshop closed at night, and that was when like you could start seeing them.
Yeah.
So I would say that would take the rest of like the evening to the point where, if you wanted to get a full sleep, you would have to do it now.
Okay. He'll go to bed, but he'll just kind of like stare up at the ceiling for maybe an hour. So full rest, but like bad full rest.
Yeah. You don't sleep well, but you sleep.
Yeah.
Right. You two. You make your way back to the inn.
Yep.
You see Karuna holding a wrapped bag of something.
She's like, I did not, so I didn't know if the kitchen would still be open by the time you guys got here, so I saved some potatoes for you. She's gonna hand them. She kind of split up the two bags so they both now have a bag of little potatoes that are like still warm. She kept using produce flame to keep them heated the whole time.
Yeah.
She was like, I didn't know it would still be open, so eat food. We'll talk in the morning. Good night. She goes
Thank
back
you.
to bed.
I wish I could heat things with my hands.
If you use your tinderbox, you can.
I have a feeling that the innkeeper doesn't sleep. I think he's just...
I don't know about the innkeeper here, so...
He's...
You don't see him here. Since you've been waiting here, you would kind of see him go into the back, and he hasn't come out since.
Maybe he does sleep.
So how are we gonna buy rooms if he's not here?
Follow me. Follow me.
Maybe we can all bunk together and have a sleepover.
Did they see what
I
room
walk
I
outside.
went into?
We can catch her.
Yeah, you could catch
4 seconds.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine the conversation that didn't take too long, so they probably see
No.
you going up the stairs.
Yeah.
Do you have a room?
Why'd you guys not get one?
I did.
And
I did. Just don't have it anymore.
The library
how many beds are in each room?
was faster than expected.
I'd say 2.
Oh, I can take the floor.
No, you sleep on a bed.
I
You
checked.
sleep on a
I
bed.
checked the. I checked the doorknob to Ardor's room.
Oh, it's fully locked.
It's locked.
You two can.
I could put in the effort to
Guys,
get in anyway.
I'm okay sleeping on the floor. I always do.
No, you sleep on the bed. I'll sleep on the floor. That's fine.
This bed is very uncomfortable. It does not accommodate to me well.
It was about sending a message.
You're trying to break it.
What are you doing?
Do I have a climbing speed?
So,
Am I petty enough
Are you
Are
fitting
you?
it up?
to break into the room which was once mine?
You could be.
Yeah, that's the real question. Are you? Are you petty enough?
It's on the second story.
Yeah, it's on the second story.
No way you locked the windows.
I don't know. Do in windows naturally come locked? It's like it's a safety hazard if they don't.
yeah.
I would say it's since you're in a nicer inn, yeah. But like if you were in like a cheap like just stay the night and forget, probably not. But in this case, yes, I would say they have locks.
Because he didn't check the windows, but
You gotta go break into his room.
It's not worth the effort.
I think you're just lazy.
That may be true.
Too tired.
Maybe true.
I'm too tired for this. You're right.
Did you just knock on the door?
Knocked on her door.
Oh, I thought you
Open
knocked on
the
it.
door back up.
Door.
You're gonna be like-
Ready to answer.
Like you're gonna be that petty?
No.
She's gonna open the door and be like,
You're just gonna knock, and then as soon as he opens the door, you're just gonna start walking away.
Can I sleep on the floor?
there are 2 beds, people. 2. Alright. You wanna sleep on a bed?
No, I'll sleep on the floor. It's cool.
We're not all sleep on the floor.
Oh, I actually earlier found another inn that I can stay at, so it's like really not a big deal.
You can stay here and sleep on the floor if you want.
No, I have another inn that I already got.
They
It's
can't
like a
decide
connection.
who's gonna sleep in the bed.
So
They
it's
all
really
just
not a
end
big
up
deal.
sleeping on the
It's really
floor.
not far from the library.
I will take a bet.
I'm deceiving my fellow friends.
Okay. I guess, yeah, if we want to do that, you can roll a deception and roll an insight and contest.
Oh, GG.
Oh,
26.
Oh yeah, I'm
I forgot you were a warlock.
I know. I was completely fine with this. Yeah, you can. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
She's gonna be like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, I didn't really bring it up earlier just because it didn't come up in conversation. But
Well, I
So
only
can I have
asked because
that
I've
bed?
been with you the whole entire day.
when I was in the temple,
Now you get the floor.
Well, if you need a place to stay,
no, like this room's full, so I'll just go over there. That's really not a
Well,
big deal.
I know you don't have the money, so here's,
No.
here's a bedroll,
Oh, thanks.
and then I'm gonna kick back in a bed.
she's gonna hand you 1 gold before you leave and be like, "Don't lose this, and
I've
don't
never
give
lost anything.
it away."
Oh.
All right, be safe. She's gonna close the door once you leave, and then go to the other bed and just
Just out.
she's exhausted.
Head to pillow, asleep.
Well, she doodles in her journal, and then she goes to bed.
Continues the tradition.
Yeah, continuously writing. I think it's
Hey, Karina, you think you'll come back with the code on, or you think someone will steal it? Or,
My life will be over.
I
know
hope no
myself.
one steals his bed.
I'm gonna like
yeah, because it's mine.
in the grooves of my skin tight suit. I'll like put like the gold coin you just gave me like right here, like cover it up. And then I'm gonna lay out the bedroll at like the base of the library door. Like, just sleeping under the library.
Oh God!
Okay.
Because it's not raining.
I just tell you my inventory in advance. 5 gold in the pocket of my jacket.
5 copper.
Copper.
5
I was
copper.
gonna say, where'd you get the gold?
Um,
You have copper,
He's
buddy.
A
stole
gold piece snuck here and my gauntlet because he has the orb.
Oh my
you're
god.
right, I do have
Oh
the-
my god.
Brother.
I just thought about how
Yeah.
fuck that would be. Okay.
I forgot I have this.
Just kind of. Yeah, whatever. You're just like, cool. Out.
Yeah.
I
In
like
the
dust,
pocket.
not all the dust off the ground, so my jacket doesn't get, my coat doesn't get super dirty.
Surprisingly,
Using the bedroll.
not the worst place you slept in.
Are you even using the bedroll that you're given?
As much as I can.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably who gave him the bedroll.
See?
How tall are you?
Like 6 foot. 6
It's a little small, but
At least I didn't give him the bedroll.
like you can't really cover like all the way up to here. You're kind of like
Yeah,
missing a
my
little-
toes are hanging out.
Your toes are hanging out all
It's
the
a
way.
valuable lesson he needs to learn.
His feet are
And since I can't sleep on my back, I'm just like on my side, super uncomfortable.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. You probably wouldn't. Your toes probably would have been like just sticking over the edge of the bed anyway.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah. However you prefer to sleep, I guess. God. All right. That's you covered. You covered. You two covered. You're just reading.
I'm gonna spend the night. There's gotta be something useful in this library. I'm gonna spend the night trying to look into the Shattered War, see if that gives me any relevant information whatsoever.
About
Roll me an investigation check.
Any of this. I got all night 15.
15. Okay.
New record.
With 15, you are like flipping through it, you're getting increasingly just frustrated, and you're just like, none of this has anything. And you kind of slam your hands on the table because no one's in here, no one's gonna care. And you kind of, one of the books kind of falls over and flips to a page.
he's really
You
giving
read
it to you.
you read over it. You read over it before. It was a page on like craters. You see that there is a little part that you missed during your initial investigation of like a 6. Or what was it, 4? I don't remember. It was something bad.
It was like a 7.
It's like a 7.
It was like a 7 or a 6. It wasn't that great. But this, you see that apparently towards the, thinking in my head, northeastern side of Loam, there is a crater next to, what's the town's name? I forgot the town's name. One moment.
To the world map.
Periodically through the night, you're like, outside.
Night terrors?
Yeah.
Ezekiel's a smart.
Oh, she's not getting very
Okay,
peaceful
that's what
rest
it is.
either.
Yeah, okay. So
She's, like,
you would
lost in
see
paradise.
Ezekiel just
that there
snores.
is a
He's sleeping fine. He's just snoring.
No, she
crater
doesn't
that
know.
appeared somewhat
make sense.
in
It's just
between
twins.
the period, or somewhat in between the period of the Shattered War and the Arabian conflict, like that period before the conflict started, but after the Shattered War, called the Raylo Crater. This, no one really knows how it showed up, but there were traces of a strange sort of alloy found at the impact site. Perhaps that could have the answers you're looking for? Anyway, now I have the town for this crater name. We can go back to our wonderful.
Man, I bet the metal worker would love to know about that.
You read further into the recording. The alloy was never really identified as anything that was made previously. So, but there was nothing else found at the impact site other than like traces of that, like scraps, so to speak. So it's really still a mystery as to what was found up there. However, judging by the description of the alloy, it does sound vaguely familiar. You could probably work with that, so to speak.
I like those words. Funny book.
You're gonna be sitting on that side quest for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that depends on what happens, honestly.
It's not east, so it's not where we're going.
Wait, so are you taking an
You
exhaustion
wanting to
point?
go back to home? Like, I just wanted to go.
But is that all you're
Yeah.
doing?
Yep. I'm not putting any of these books away.
Good man.
I think it's the red.
Yeah, he's gonna think it's the red guy. It's just gonna be like,
Her newspapers are all crumpled up. Her drawers are
They're
all
made into a mattress.
disheveled.
yes. So, I mean, that's about it for the night. You all finds a nice peaceful rest for the most part. You as rest as well as you can. You have yourself your sleep but not sleep kind of thing. You're just out.
Slight nightmares, slight turns.
Yeah,
Not,
it's
not too crazy for her.
nah. You
She's used to it
you
by
danced
now.
that dance
Relatable.
before.
I said relatable.
I can't have night terrors if I don't sleep.
And you're chilling.
I'm out. I'm snoring.
Yeah, he's night terrors and snoring in the same room. We love that. It is at this point though. I will say it's 9 o'clock. Does anyone have to leave here at any sort of time?
9:30.
9:30. Okay. So I guess we'll just keep going till then.
Amen.
So as you all find your rest, you do receive the effects of a long rest. By the way, everyone here.
I didn't use
No,
any of my
I Did
resources.
not use anything.
Yeah,
I did.
and provided you did use any, I think the only here you actually used something was you. Yeah, So.
Because mine.
this was a Rue. So yeah.
Produce flame is like a cantrip.
But
I'm starving.
yeah,
What do you spell?
he didn't
You
sleep.
look awake.
Oh,
You say that
Correct.
aloud.
Yeah. I wake up.
I just
you just left the library.
well,
I'm hungry.
when the library reopens, I'm going to wait. Same place I sat in while she left the building.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's going to be the same person. But-
yeah, sure. It is not. It's a different person this time.
I hope hobos aren't frowned upon.
Oh God, I forgot about you.
You might
Okay.
earn a little
All right.
money out of
So-
someone's pity.
As you are just snore. Do you snore at all?
It's just like screaming.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Wails in the night.
You snore, scream. Eventually, you are awakened by someone standing over you.
Hi.
Sir, are you okay? It's an elder. It looks like an elderly elven gentleman with really thick glasses, just looking over you like.
Don't forget to ask for his name.
Well, number one, is my gold still here?
Yes,
Okay, my copper?
yes. Everything you kind of feel around. Everything's still there.
Except for the coat.
The coat's there.
Yes.
Okay.
They still.
I did roll for it. I'll have you know.
Oh my god.
Although I think
you
you
steal
can
the
say,
coat off
you
me.
can safely assume that your snore screaming scared off anyone who might try and steal something from you.
Regardless, yeah, I'm okay. Just roll on my bedroll and stuff like that. Have a good one.
You as well, I suppose. As the elderly gentleman will pull out some keys as you hear the lock to the library being opened. As he walks in and closes the door, he leaves it unlocked. As he will head back to the, as he will walk in and he'll see the books just disheveled on the table, on several tables, and he'll just go, "That damn red mage."
Good cover.
He just begins placing the books back where they belong.
While he's doing that, can I just like slink around?
Sure, roll me a stealth check at advantage because of your camouflage.
Jesus Christ. 16.
All right, yeah, he's not. He's annoyed, so he isn't really paying attention to his surroundings. So you manage to sneak by just fine. You open the door silently and close it, and you're out.
Do you swing all of your arms when you walk? Or is it just like the big ones?
They're like opposite to one another.
Top one flee, the bottom ones are coolly placed in his pockets.
they're like this together. Little
And-
arms.
Do you do like the fly thing where you like rub your hands together? Okay,
I feel like that might be racist against the right.
Look, okay, I'm sorry. I had to ask. The intrusive thoughts won. Okay,
Fair enough.
I had to ask.
So, Wailing Hag.
Yeah, you can go there.
Yeah, just start.
probably
making-
would've
You did.
caught
Oh,
him.
speaking of wailing, you did hear some god awful screaming throughout the night, which I think you would have like peeked out a window and just saw Rue like scream snoring like next to the like library. It was more than mildly distracting. God. What a group this is. But yes, you can make your way back to the Wailing Hack, no problem.
Breakfast.
Her like
Breakfast.
startles awake and she's like sweating a little. Like, yeah, breakfast sounds good.
You're okay. Crazy.
She literally just does a. Like, I'm fine. Don't ask. I won't tell anyway.
I won't tell anyway.
Too many mysterious people here.
Not me.
Not you.
You're mysterious person number one.
Sure.
Contested with him.
Bro.
Dude, collateral.
Contested with you?
Against him?
You tell him.
Alright, look,
But
you're
you're
playing
"Oh, I'm not mad.
all
dude."
kind of
I mean, he's no better either.
weird
I just
and
look
curious. You
normal
all kind of
armor.
have that. Like, there is no one who is more than the other.
They hate me because I stole a book.
All of us.
Yeah, I know.
I just have a prejudice against you because I think you're a war criminal.
All right.
What evidence do you have for that?
It's like he pulled out the Arobian tech in front of me, and I just know that the bad history behind that, and he's Arobian, and he's doing all this
But
research
it's
on
like-
these books.
That is so jumping to conclusions.
I don't care. It's my thought.
Oh my god.
It's like the Arovian calling the Arovian the Arovian.
Yeah, like, are you serious? He could think you're a criminal, you know?
Sure. Regardless. Anyway,
Where'd you steal that coat from?
I didn't steal this coat.
Yeah, what jumpsuit's that from? The bad guys squad?
Stop. Yeah. Yeah.
And she's wearing normal farmer's clothes. Like, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah, but
That's
I'm also
normal.
pulling him to the Wailing Hag.
Alright.
We'll go get breakfast.
Yeah, we're downstairs getting.
You-
I knock on his door first. On our way
Yeah.
down.
Would you be awake at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
It's been, I'll be. Who is it?
It's me,
Oh,
Ezekiel.
oh, yeah. You can't just respond with me. I don't know your voice very well.
We're getting breakfast.
All right, I'll be down in a minute.
Alright.
Because he just has to finish rebandaging the half of his head.
Yeah.
You got to do that every once in a while.
Yeah, gotta keep it clean. But, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, you probably get there around the same time as Ezekiel's walking down. You maybe like a minute or two after. You had to wait a little bit for him to get to the right place where he was swapping the books back so you could slink out.
Yeah.
Oh, you survived.
Like right before I opened the door, I'm like, great sleep face. Hey guys.
You're not fooling anybody.
I can fool you every time.
You know what?
I can fool you every time.
You know what? Roll me a
All right,
performance.
let's get
Roll me a
it.
performance. Your charisma, you got this.
17.
I guess. Yeah.
No,
No?
I'm being fooled.
You're being fooled. You're being played like a fiddle.
I'm being fooled.
I don't know.
Oh,
No.
she's also being
Yeah,
fooled.
I'm also being fooled. Even though I know the face of terrible sleep, I'm just like, I'm not even gonna ask.
It's...
Not worth it.
Hey guys, let's dine together.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And look what the cat drags.
That's when you walk in.
Literally cat trillion.
So, you could have knocked on the door at some point, and I would have let you into the library.
Just gonna look at him and be like,
What was that? What was that? I don't know if my mind is deceiving the psychic
Wait, did you
energies
just
which
say
I'm
that to everybody?
receiving.
I said it to you, but
Oh, amen. You said it to me.
Okay.
Let's eat.
So, as
this is
Just-
suspicious.
Just the eye twitch coming from her.
Just like, I didn't hear anything, but now it's suspicious.
yeah.
Like
Those guys are up to
I'll
something.
fool all of you every time. Nobody's wisdom based here.
Just gonna throw the shiny stone in.
Yeah, but we don't need to be wisdom-based to smell BS.
Mechanically, yes, you do.
Um,
Anyway,
yeah, you all kind of sit down at a table together. There's enough chairs for all of you to kind of just wrap around. Off to the back of the tavern, you will see Zaman just kind of slowly just kind of walk out, kind of like just stretch really slowly before he just smacks his face a little bit, starts sprinting full speed again.
There it is. There it is.
Grin is like, well, at least
I'm
someone's
not
up and
convinced
ready.
that guy's a real dragonborn.
Here's your gold back, by the way. I didn't end up having to use it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
How many copper you got?
5 copper?
She's
You're
still
dodging the-
eyeing you
you're
up.
dodging
so
the question.
suspicious.
You asked me how much copper I have. I have 5 copper.
How come you didn't need to spend any money to get a room at the inn?
Because I told you that the church offered.
Wait,
You're changing the story.
That's literally what I said, though.
You slept outside of the library.
Read the room.
Grin looks over to the.
Hey, got me freaking told out. Now I'm in trouble.
Next time,
You
Just sleep
literally
on the
had
floor
a
in the
place to
bedroll.
sleep indoors.
wait, you guys had 3 people but only 2 beds?
Yeah.
Why didn't you knock on my door? I had a spare bed.
Yeah, if I did it, we'd knock on his door.
Yeah, why do you?
I have my pride.
Well, that's how that one.
Here's your bedroll back.
Thanks. It's a little
Stranger.
dusty.
Yeah, sorry about
There's
that.
one little wet
Yeah, you
spot
should
on
probably
it.
put some sand in there too.
Did you roll on this?
Flip it upside down.
I don't want to know what happened.
No one here can press the digitation that away, so
Salmon
Oh, yeah, sure. What do you want?
food.
Sure.
What you got that's good for breakfast?
We got some eggs, we got bacon, you know, that kind of thing. We got vegetables, whatever you want.
Beans on toast.
Really don't want to make that, but if you really want it, I can.
Whatever I can
Nah,
get.
bacon eggs is okay.
All right,
Lots of bacon, lots of eggs.
sure. 2 orders coming up.
Can I get a bacon, egg, and cheese?
Try making that. Yeah, I think I can do that. Yeah, you.
Whatever
You
3
didn't
copper
say
will
all
get me.
one.
I'll pay for his meal. Just get him a good dish. Preferably eggs and bacon.
Sure. Disregard. What?
Just whatever 3 copper gets.
She's gonna hand him a
Kind of
gold
like darting between
coin
the 2 of you.
and be like, "Get the table, whatever they ask."
Thanks.
How much is this costing?
It's like silver. Shouldn't be too bad. Just for a good meal.
I
No,
have
she
my
paid for
silver.
your.
Oh.
She paid for your food. She paid for everyone's food. She's like, you're gonna keep your goddamn money.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
So, alright, I'll get that. Actually, I didn't ask what you want. What do you want?
Just give me a big plate of bacon.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll get that out right away. And he just darts off. As he
Still staring down. room.
he kind of like stops halfway through. He just comes back. Forgot about drinks. You guys want any drinks? Like something like water?
Yeah,
Anything like that?
water's fine. Thanks.
Water.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep,
Sure.
water.
And water for the table.
All right, 1 round of water. Got it.
Water.
I hate you.
Water. So,
Bro, you can try and look away from me all the time that you want, but you had a
Don't have to look at me.
I just defaulted to the person I felt safest with.
Evidently, you did not feel safe enough to knock on the door of the library.
He's like, I could have let you in. I could have picked that lock, no problem.
Honestly, at the time, I actually forgot that you were in there.
Yes, of course. Me, who multiple times stated that I was going to stay in the library.
Yeah.
It was an oversight on my part.
But of course.
Oh god.
Next time, just sleep in the room. I already had to deal with Mr. Snoring over here. Can't get much worse.
He was,
Literally.
he was screaming all night.
I
also.
can deal with screaming. I've dealt with more men screaming than you would think.
In a violence way, right?
In a violence way.
Right.
Depends. That's all she's gonna cut.
Can you hurry up with those eggs?
Yeah, sure. I'm trying to get
She's like, so if you need a place to sleep,
Uh-huh.
sleep on the floor.
I was gonna sleep on the floor, and you were like, "No, take the bed." And I was like, "No, I'm not taking the bed." And
I
you were
told
like,
you
"Yes,
afterwards
are."
you could sleep on the floor if that's what you wanted.
Well,
And
I
then
ended
you
up
were
sleeping
like,
on the
no,
floor.
I have a place to stay. I'll be fine. The church said I had a place to stay. And then you waddled your way out.
Waddle, waddle.
All of that is true.
Simon will come over with the drinks and food, and he's like, I'm going to distribute these pretty quick because I feel like I'm interrupting something, and I don't want to interrupt something because I feel like it needs to happen. You guys
Stay
need
a
to
long
sort out what's
time.
happening. Huh?
Zaman, stay as long as you want.
Yeah.
I'll take that spare bed already.
You know what? Actually, I think they need some. I'm just gonna go. And he's.
I don't know if I wanted if you snore.
Well, then we can sleep together, and then they can sleep together. It's because we're the loudest. Oh.
I don't want to deal with screaming either.
Wait, he said he didn't sleep. Do you sleep?
I do not need to sleep. In fact, it is sleep that got me where I am today, I guess.
Fair.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want to sleep either.
Maybe we should all stop sleeping.
I actually don't need to, but it's like preferred.
I tried that in college. It didn't work.
Yeah, I would go insane.
Lose the marbles.
So, east.
I mean,
I think we can help with the whole Wrathvale issue because that's also east. And we'll already be halfway. We'll either pass what we're going to, or we'll be halfway there.
That's a good way to think about it.
Yeah.
I like
I
that.
am of the opinion that this will not affect our journey in any significant way, but I could be completely wrong.
I know like you three are pretty good at fighting, but like you seem like not much of the fighter type. Is that
Is
a
it
problem?
because of the arm?
It's not the arm, really. It's more so like just the crossbow's like the only thing you really did, and I just didn't know if like you were just like reserving yourself, but that seemed like a dangerous situation to do that in. So
Oh, did you fix your
just-
gun?
It works.
Well, it's a good thing you
I'll
mentioned that.
take that
I
at
actually
face
pull out
value.
the crossbow. It's unloaded. Don't worry, Zaman.
I have a sense of
that's fine.
direction
Oh,
of
keep
where
it
we
unloaded.
need to go, of where I need to go.
You know, it's
Same.
improved.
But it's not where we're going.
I added this gear. I added this wheel mechanism that
Yeah.
actually winds it back for me, so I no longer need to do this during
Oh.
combat.
that's a good idea.
It just it automatically puts a new bolt in it.
Oh, good.
You should patent that.
I should.
It's a great invention. Okay.
East. After breakfast.
I also have to run by the library real quick, but I can meet you like at the camp.
Well, we still gotta meet with the mayor of Wrathvale.
Oh yeah.
Mine ass, though.
And Asta, just so that we can kind of get an update on what it's like over there at the moment. Maybe she'll have more information, so we're not just walking in a little bit blind.
And where is she?
She was on like the eastern side of the town, closest to
Kind
going
of closest to like the edge of the wood line.
Guys,
Kind of like organizing everything there from that front.
I have bad news that we found out last night when we were talking to the red hooded guy. We did talk to him.
Oh, you actually.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
I
good.
just remembered that.
No, the orb, which now, by the way, Z codes, or maybe we should put in the bag of holding.
What? Bag?
We don't know about that.
Oh.
Recon.
God.
Cut the tapes.
Oh,
Cut.
Is this kind of
Or if
metagaming?
we have a better, storage place, like a backpack or something, like you have a backpack.
I have a bag.
I have this bag that holds a lot of stuff.
Or that. Even. But he didn't tell us anything we already didn't know, except for the fact that there's like an invisible creature that's like following us around.
That is deeply reminiscent of what we've seen
Oh.
in the.
Yeah, yellow
Other
piercing
place.
eyes that we can't really see. We can't even see them all. Only the red guy could see him.
Spouts a lot of profanity
Yeah,
Hmm.
and is following us around now.
and scared the red hood guy who
Seemed pretty powerful. He
yeah,
scared him
seemed
away.
pretty powerful.
So wait, you're telling me that the creature, after you approached it, after everything that kind of went down, there's now just one of them that's been following us this entire time.
That we can't see. We don't know. Allegedly.
Maybe
We
he
actually
just
can't
lives in the
confirm or
library.
deny it, but he seemed like he was telling the truth when we
Can
talked
we
to him.
touch it?
No.
Can it
No.
touch us? Good.
No.
The
Unknown.
second one is unknown.
Yeah, that's true.
But I just thought I'd bring it up just in case, like, one of you guys starts to see it for some reason, and you're like, oh my goodness, what is that following us?
I hope I don't see it. Actually, I hope I do see it.
I definitely
I
don't
will
see
probably fire on sight.
I would prefer to see an enemy that is there than an enemy that's not there.
Yeah. You know, he's probably standing around us right now.
He's probably swearing up a storm, calling us a bunch of idiots or something.
He's not wrong.
it. I'm unsettled,
That
to
pisses
say
me
the
off a
least.
little bit.
Wait, so you've got a bag that holds a lot of things?
Yeah.
Is it that little bag right there?
Mhm.
That little bag holds a lot of things?
Mhm.
Is it like magic?
Uh,
Do you think it's safe
In
to
a
put this
sense.
thing that gets rid of magic in it?
see, I don't think so.
Oh.
Probably not.
You want to try it?
Not really.
Not really.
Turn it
Just
into
checking.
Honestly, if it's anti-magic, I think it should stay with like the least magical person, which is probably you.
I was gonna say that is.
What about him?
He has a magic gun.
His
I
gun,
also
his
do
gun
not-
is a variable.
I also do not know if it will affect the transmission of my speech.
Hmm.
Evidently, it is not. I don't know.
You know what? I take pride in the fact that I need no magic.
Good.
Yeah, good.
I handled myself pretty well against that.
You did very well.
The
Probably
thing that we
best
got
out of
the
whole
orb
bit.
from. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will hang on to this scary anti-magic orb.
Okay. We wanted you to, so I'm glad we're in agreement.
I mean, hey, if any enemy comes after us looking for it, the last person will expect is normal man to have it.
A normal man with normal eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So
Yeah.
wait, is the creature following whoever's holding the orb?
No, just him.
We are not sure.
We're pretty sure it's just him.
That's not confirmed. That is not
It's
confirmed.
like 60-40.
I would put it like 50-50. It was just putting it in something.
Gotta give it a number.
Yeah.
All right, so
All right.
you guys, I'll meet you guys in the Eastern Forest Line. I gotta run by the library real quick.
We are going to the east, the very east of the refugee camp, to
Yep.
meet with the mayor of Rathdale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I thought was at the eastern edge of the forest.
I don't know. Is it? I
Yeah,
don't-
you would have heard that they were
The
at
refugee
Eastern.
camp, yeah,
Like
goes-
the refugee camp extends pretty far towards the forest line
Oh, okay, cool.
because it was a pretty big town, and you have heard that she usually is at the front of that, kind of organizing the attempt, the
Sweet.
reclamation attempt.
Then yes. Does anybody need to do any preparing? I don't know. They don't seem like they have a lot. And we're supposed to fight back against these Bloodbriar acolytes with a bunch of refugees. That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, didn't
Well, it's the refugees of a whole city.
When you
The whole
talked to
And we don't know how many. of
Gore,
them
he said he would be
there are.
supplying some of the guards to
Oh,
come with,
Okay.
so there would be a militarized
All right.
force.
That makes a lot more sense.
Only downside is we don't know how many of the cultists there are.
True.
Yeah.
From
I don't
what-
want to get sacrificed.
From what you saw of like the tents just scattered around the city, and like what you'll be seeing when you head to the wayside, it's pretty safe to assume that that cultist force was pretty big. To have ransacked and
Many
just
people out.
overrun an entire town with a guard there, that is a pretty big force.
So this is actually probably something that's really dangerous that we're about to do.
Probably.
That would be correct.
I mean, either way, it gets us halfway towards a possible objective.
True. Yeah.
It's east. We want to go east.
Yeah.
That's all we've got, really.
So I guess we have no choice. I mean, I'm down with it anyway, but
Yeah, I got my
Yeah.
stuff. I'm ready to go.
cool. Then I guess we'll meet you at the forest line.
Sounds good.
Let's go.
Yeah. So
Right before we end, I'm just going to go to the library and return the book.
How do you return this? Do you return it like you just kind of walk in, pretend you're looking at stuff, and just real sneakily. Yeah, you get that done, no problem. Different. You see the older elven gentleman instead of the tiefling one from before. So I'm gonna say you don't have any trouble returning that book. But yeah, it's 9:24 now. We don't really have too much time to start anything else. So
To the
Session
refugee
2.
camp.
Begin with our party entering the refugee camp border.
Yeah, wiping out the Bloodbriar cultists does sound like a level 2 adventure.
Totally.
They gotta start somewhere before you get to the big leagues.
Level 2, fight the cultists. Level 3, fight God.
Real level 2
Fight their
cultists that
god.
overran an entire town.